Movie got shooter got meet at the marquee. Whoa. Fast car, whoa. It go a mile a minute. No, movie got signed delivered. Yeah, you know it's time for cinema. Yeah. Bitch, what's a cinnamon? Tell your partner cinnamon. Bitch, what's a movie man? It be 40 doing man. Tell them keep it cinema. Tell them keep it cinema.
Movie guys on deck, movie guys on set. Boy, we can set the stage and shoot it out for real, but I ain't seen an IP yet. Wait, box with us, it'd be a last fight. Going Jim Carrey with the mask like. I've been making movies since a past life. Everybody asking what is that like. Last critic in the fast clinic. Bag on me, but it stacks in it. Me and Quad going cinema from the intro until the last minute. Super Saiyan, I don't have limits. Run the game like the Flash with it. Get fly, get the money, then run it back. That's the last tenant. Movie guys on your screen, make the fans all scream. Your girl came through, said she wanna join the scene. X-rated Maxine, pitch black, got the vision still. Making moves, have to sit them still. Beef with us, you better be for real. Either cut the check or I'ma clutch it still.
Cut the malarkey, that pistol get sparky. Movie got shooter got, meet at the marquee. Fast car, it go a mile a minute. Movie got signed delivered. You know it's time for cinema, whoa.
I know you from Pittsburgh. Drink, brew, and cool. What the heck? Where are you from?
I'm from Texas.
Hell no, I didn't even know y'all knew the word brew down there. That's crazy.
Hey, Mom,
Little Rock and
you know there's this thing called the internet, right?
Nigga said drink, brew.
Bruce, all she needed was some.
All she needed was some.
And we live.
Yeah. My cats are fucking up my couch,
If
man.
you
God damn it.
what you say you are.
Superstar.
And have no fear. The movie guys are here.
And the microphone.
Wanda, and I hope you understand this is going to be a long episode.
Absolutely.
No.
We're gonna be here for
y'all.
At the very least, that Sinners interview, the Sinners review gonna go long. I already know.
The only topic we need today is Sinners. Fuck all that war movie. Fuck all the audition, the accountant, whatever the fuck y'all talking about. I ain't talking about none of that, boy.
Hey, put Larry in the chat.
Niggas reviewed them movies on delayed takes. Just use it to plug delayed takes and push some viewers over there off of movie guys.
Facts.
Other mother joints.
Oh shit!
It's Sinners night.
Wait, nah, don't do that because you gonna have a bitch ass nigga crying in After Dark. You feel me?
Our viewers are not bitch ass niggers. I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, it's one bitch ass nigga.
Now, I don't know. Waterboy ain't here to defend himself. Relax.
Yo, can y'all explain the Waterboy hates me? I still don't understand why y'all hate Waterboy.
I love Waterboy. I want to grab his ass.
Facts.
Huh?
Yeah, I still don't get the Waterboy hate.
pardon?
Like, I feel like he's been ran out of every Discord that I've seen him in. I don't know what he's doing to y'all.
He didn't get run out of Discord.
Nigga, he got kicked out of
No, he
Weapon
did,
Wheel.
but he
I
came
think he's
back.
got kicked out of I think he got kicked out of Jack's one.
He's
Discord
never
at
in
one time.
Jack's one.
Damn.
I feel like I've heard him get kicked out of
No,
Jack's.
Jack
I
kicked
think.
him out of
Weapon Wheel.
Oh, that's what it was. So it was Jack's doing, but
But you know why?
Why did Jack kick him out?
Waterboy got a hot mouth. He be talking shit sometimes.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, he be talking shit sometimes. But I love I'm gonna grab his ass.
Yo,
man, we back, man. Episode 57, Movie Guys Podcast.
Movie Guys.
We back in this bitch. We didn't do last week because I was out of town. My apologies, but it's okay because we back. We seen some fucking movies, and we just getting started, y'all. We halfway through April, and we got a lot more movies coming up. I seen a lot of trailers this past weekend. They got me excited for cinema. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. You know, we got Mission Impossible next month. Thunderbolt. It's something else coming out in May. I'll talk about. Oh, no, I'm tripping. I don't know. Top of my head, I can't think. But anyway,
y'all excited to see some mid?
A lot of fire movies coming out this year.
Don't do that.
And so many more to come. We just can't wait. It's gonna be a great fucking year.
Coming everywhere.
Slow start. Obviously, y'all know slow start to the year, but we getting there, baby. We getting there.
Is this year's new?
And then, bro, next year, 2026. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's gonna be fucking banger after banger. But for now, we here. Episode 57. Appreciate y'all in the chat. Appreciate y'all tuning in, supporting us, watching us. Which, by the way, breaking news for y'all. As of today, the movie guys are officially on TikTok. If you have TikTok, go fuck with the movie guys on TikTok. It's at the movie guys. I think it's at the movie guys pod on TikTok. Want to upload some of our shorts up there. Whatever type of free form content, whatever short form content we want to make, it'll all go up there. Hopefully, trying to drive some traffic to the YouTube channel. But yeah, man. So go check that out. Everybody's here, man. Everybody's here. We only missing Red Pig. He said he'll be a little bit late. Obviously, we missing our brother John Donuts. He hasn't been on the show in a while, but hopefully John Donuts can make an appearance this year. Maybe for Avatar. We'll need him for Avatar. He's a Blue Man lover. And then we have a guest
fucking
tonight.
Sick.
We have a guest tonight. So let's go ahead and get into the intros. By the way, short on topics this week. I only got about 2 topics because we're going straight to the reviews, man. We got a lot to talk about with Sinners, and obviously we've seen some other films, so we're gonna get into it. Let's go ahead and start with the intros. Let's start with my brother Saint, Delayed Saint. Please introduce yourself. Tell them where they can find your content, all of that stuff, brother. How you doing?
Oh, yes, sir, man. Happy to be back on the pod again. You can find me on Twitter at Delayed Saint, YouTube, and you can also find my podcast on the Movie Guys channel. You feel me? Fuck you, Rock.
Yes, sir. Salute. And then let's introduce our guest. We got Dox Brando on the pod tonight. Dox, how you doing, brother? How you feeling, brother?
Big chilling. We got to see great cinema last night in IMAX. I'm feeling great. I'm going to see it again sooner or later.
Yes, sir. And Dox, for those that don't know, you are on the Delayed Takes podcast as well.
I'm on Delayed Takes. I got my own shit going on at Dox Brando on YouTube, on Patreon, on IG. Tap in with your boy.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all salute. Make sure y'all tap in with all his shit. And keeping it going with the intros. We got our boy Alex in the building.
Yeah. You know what time it is? It's the Gusher Punisher. The Soda Stream Kadeem. The Sirloin Twink. The movie guy founder. Cinema Pounder. To quote Safari, skirt. We're here, bro. And I'm excited. We're going to talk some movies. We're going to talk about Michael B. Jordan's Jawline. It's going to be a good night, man. I am happy. I'm ecstatic. We finally have a movie of the year contender. Finally!
Yes, sir. And Tyrek, how you doing, brother?
Straight. But last week, well, the beginning of the year, we had some shitty fucking starts to the year. But I think y'all gonna love this episode. We got 2 really good movies we're reviewing today. I think me, Mafia, and Delayed reviewed Warfare earlier in the week, last week, so check that out. But we're probably gonna kind of have a repeat of that today. But I think y'all gonna love this episode. It's a positive episode, at least.
Sure. And Mafia, how you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. Doing good. It's great to be here with everybody. It's been a good week this week, and let's get cinema.
Yes, sir. Last but not least, my man Buck, are you there, brother?
You know why I'm here.
Yeah.
Fire.
All right, man. Well, let's get into it, man. Let's start with the fucking topic.
I don't think has BT been here since fucking Terrifier.
He was
here
last week.
like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
I went here last week.
Hold
yeah,
up.
you were here.
I went back. I was on the first episode of Movie Guys. I was.
Fire.
The very first episode of Movie Guys. I went back and listened to it at the beginning. Just I ain't had shit to listen to. I was like, let me go.
The Scream, right?
I was on there. I was driving on my way to the movies, and I called in to get my best movies. I think of 2023. I think it was
something like that.
Yeah. So I was on the first episode of Movie Guys. I've been here for a while, but I've been more consistent since Terrified.
Speak on it.
That's when Ewok got dethroned as the horror guy.
Woo!
It's crazy.
He was never thrown. Why you keep pushing it? He was never thrown.
Self-proclaimed throne. He got dethroned from his self-proclaimed throne.
He did.
Fuck you, Ewok.
Nigga ain't even seen it. Oh yes, Ewok called mad strays on Delayed Takes. Go watch that last episode, everybody, if you want to see Ewok get his back kicked in.
Damn.
Fire.
All right, man. Well, let's get into it. We only got a couple topics. Hold on. Let me see where I'm at. Okay, so this one actually just came out yesterday. So yesterday we had Star Wars Celebration. It's in Tokyo, Japan this year, I believe. Basically, little kind of like a Comic Con that they do for Star Wars every couple of years, and it's usually in different locations. This year is in Japan, and they typically announce, just Star Wars news, whether that be stuff for the TV shows, movies, whatever they have coming out. We usually get news about it there. Um, Now, a few months ago, we got reports that Ryan Gosling was going to be in a Star Wars movie directed by Sean Levy. Sean Levy is the guy that just directed Wolverine and Deadpool. What they're now doing Star Wars. And yesterday we finally got confirmation. We got the title. It's called Star Wars Starfighter. It's going to release May 28th, 2027, which, by the way, that will be the 50th anniversary of the first Star Wars film. And
Damn.
this movie is described as a standalone adventure, takes place a few years after the events of Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. We don't know who Ryan Gosling is playing. He could be an original character. He could be a character from the Star Wars books. Like Tyrek might know, Kyle Katarn. Who knows? We don't know. But me personally, I'm a Star Wars fan, but the last few years I've been pretty burnt out on Star Wars. Disney Plus has just been beating me over the head with fucking Star Wars, and it hasn't all been good. Some of it has been ass. The Acolyte, dog shit. Mandalorian season 3, dog shit.
It's not dog shit. It's not dog shit. You can say
Ahsoka.
mid, but it's not
You're
dog.
talking crazy.
Ahsoka, mid as fuck. Had some good parts. It was.
I'll
mid.
give you that.
Yeah,
I like it.
Andor is
great Star Wars.
It keeps putting me to sleep. It keeps putting
Andor is, if you love Star Wars, Andor is the best of it. Okay, it's some of the best Star Wars shit we've gotten in years. Season 2 comes out in a couple weeks. Can't wait. But aside from that, oh yeah, and obviously the sequel trilogy. I'm burnt out on Star Wars. I'm gonna be real with y'all. It's very few Star Wars related things that can get me excited. Yeah. So that being said, I'm not necessarily excited for this movie, but of course I'm going to go see it. But we got 2 years before that comes out. What about y'all? How do y'all feel about this Star Wars Starfighter?
Don't trust anything they say until I see an actual trailer for this shit. They've announced so many movies since they bought the franchise. They have so many projects they canceled. So I'm not excited about this until I actually see some footage and they actually release a trailer. Because
You saw the photos?
Patty Jenkins had a movie, Rogue Squadron, shit got canceled. Ryan Johnson had a trilogy, that shit's pretty much canceled. The D&D, the guys from Game of Thrones had a thing, that shit got canceled. So until I actually see some footage, I don't really give a fuck what they say. They're not consistent. We don't even know the director of this movie, and if we do know the director, they're probably gonna fire him because that's what they do best.
Yeah,
they get director. Let's see if he gets fired or not. That's like Rogue One went through so many fucking reshoots with Ron Howard, Gareth Edwards, and shit like that. So
did you see the set photos though? Like the
we see set photos from other movies and they got canceled. So that's when we saw a set photo from Rogue Squadron. Shit got canceled.
Really?
Yeah, it was set footage. All that shit got canceled. Colin Trevorrow had a movie which was the Rise of Skywalker shit. That shit got scrapped. They redid it in like 6 months. There's a whole YouTube video about that movie production. That's actually pretty fucking insane. So I'm not excited at all until I actually see some actual real footage. Also, happy birthday to Hayden Christensen. He played Anakin in the last 2 prequel movies. I am looking forward to Revenge of the Sith coming out in April. The shit is actually sold out. If I went to go,
tickets, baby. Woo!
Yo, the shit is sold out for Thursday and Friday. I have to watch it on Saturday. I was surprised. I wasn't thinking that people were going to watch it, but I remember like the people going to watch the shit is probably people my age. I watched that shit when they're like 10 years old in 2005. So, I'm happy to see that prequel love, but these new movies, I'm not excited at all until I actually see some real shit on the screen.
outside of the video games, until there's a change of leadership, I will not be getting invested in Star Wars again. Tragic.
Good choice.
Fair point.
You got any thoughts on this thing?
I've seen Sigourney Weaver. I'm on board, bro.
Oh, Mando. So I did see the footage, the leak footage of that. That looked pretty good. But if it's like just Mando season 4 in the movie, I'm like, why even do this? Why just make another fucking season? So I hope there's actual like connections, because remember the Ahsoka is supposed to be connecting to, well, not only Ahsoka, Boba Fett, basically all the TV shows are supposed to connect with the Thrawn thing. So if that movie doesn't really connect to the whole overarching plot and it's just season 4 Mando and Grogu, I'm gonna be pissed.
Wait, I thought that picture was for the Starfighter shit because she was a pilot.
No, that was for Mando. That's Mando and Grogu. Yeah.
That's
so
what I'm
saying. The Starfighter shit does not have
shit.
doesn't have any footage. They just announced it. They just announced the act. This is going to go the same way as Blade. That movie's never fucking coming out. It's like when they showed Mahershala Ali and the shit never come out. I'm betting you Starfighter's never coming out.
Okay, now I'm disappointed. And never mind. I was so confused. I thought that was because they were saying this before the what?
No,
what?
No,
I'm lost.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, do not trust anything these people say. It's been a fucked up 11 years. Has it been 11 years? Yeah, about to be 12 years since they bought it. And they pretty much nuked the value. Star Wars is not the powerhouse it used to be. Yeah, it still got that brand name and still got that carrying power because it's Star Wars, but it's not as lauded as it's not something where they can just release something and people are gonna oh my god, it's Star Wars. No, they wasted that shit. They nuked that shit with that sequel trilogy. So they just can't release anything and people are gonna flock to it. They actually gotta try.
Yo, Tyrek, let me tell you, right? I was a huge Star Wars fan as a kid. We had a little home video, my sister's birthday party. My sister's grandfather took me to the movies right before Phantom Menace came out. They re-released the original in theaters. He took me to see it. They got me on video as a little kid, 6 years old, telling, oh, Darth Vader, blah, blah, blah. Loved it. Had the VHS trilogy box set. It was gold, half Vader's face, gold and black. Watched them all the time. It was a Star Wars trilogy, Home Alone, and Scream that I watched every single time. The prequels, I was a younger kid, so I loved them. In hindsight, Revenge of the Sith, the only ones that's worth rewatching. When The Force Awakens came out and I heard the theme for the first time, I cried in the theater. At the very beginning of the movie, just hearing the theme took me back to being a little kid. I cried in the theater. Love Star Wars. The Last Jedi came out, they've lost me. I don't give a fuck about Star Wars no more. I don't give a single fuck about Star Wars. Rogue One was good. Other than that, they can go fuck themselves. They ruined my childhood. They ruined my childhood. I started off crying at the beginning of Force Awakens till now. Kathleen Kennedy could go fuck. She could shoot herself in the head. I wouldn't give two fucks.
Hey,
I mean, but the thing, Buck is literally what most. Because I'm not gonna lie, The Force Awakens, I didn't like the movie because I was like, all right, they just rehashing the shit. And
it was nostalgic for me as a kid.
I understand at
the beginning. I liked it.
Yeah, that's what. But I think that movie kind of set up for failure because they're let's nostalgia it, and they didn't have a plan for the rest of the fucking trilogy, and it just became bullshit. That's why, like, even though The Force Awakens on its own in a vacuum, it's a decent movie, but it also is the beginning of a problem because they had so many questions to answer, and they didn't do none of that shit. They literally just had yes, you could say like the original Star Wars trilogy made you ask questions, but you could pretty much say they answered most of the questions throughout the prequels and like the movies itself and expanded content to kind of film things. The sequel trilogy just had a whole bunch of theories and nothing got addressed. It's not, my theory was wrong. It was like, no, dog, y'all just didn't have an actual fucking plan. And that's why this whole total mismanagement. Not only Kathleen Kennedy, she's the head of Lucasfilm, but it's not just her. It's Pablo Hidalgo, that fat fuck. He need to go. The guy for Matt Moore, whatever that dude is in charge of the story group, he need to go. Dave Filoni, he needs a manager because he's a good creator, but he's not a good director. He needs management. They fucked that shit up, dog. It's crazy because they bought over $4 billion and they made the money back, but it's not what they thought it was going to be. Like Star Wars used to be a merchandising like hub. Like Star Wars toys used to sell out like this. You could go to your local Walmart, whatever, and Star Wars toys are on the shelf. I'm telling you, when I was a little kid, and you go into the Walmart, KB Toys, Toys R Us, Star Wars toys were like legit, like limited. Like, you could not just go in there and just buy anything you wanted. Like even the Lego sets. You go in the store today, you have a pick of everything now. Like the shit, people just, you know what happened? They never captured this generation's young audience at all. And a lot of Star Wars is being carried by that old audience that are still trying to hang on, but people are starting to drop off. So if these movies don't hit, it's over. Like this
in defense of them, when it comes to the young audience, it's kind of hard to capture the young audience when Marvel was unstoppable when Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Sky. Marvel was at its peak. So it was different. Now I'm not. That's the only thing I'll say about that. Now the movies were trash. The movies were terrible. But no matter how good those movies was, it was going to be hard to do that when Marvel's when it's peak Marvel. But if they came out now and they killed it with some great movies, it would be easier now than it was, say, 2012 to 2018 or 2020.
But that's crazy. We told someone 2005, yo, Marvel's gonna be more popular than Star Wars. I would have slapped the shit out of somebody. I'm like, nigga, are you fucking stupid? Like that's like crazy.
You would have got mad at them.
Yeah, because Marvel, people understand Marvel used to be in terms of like popularity before Iron Man used to be in the dirt. Like Blade was a popular, but it was like, all right, Blade's a nice little story. Star Wars is Star Wars, dog. Like that shit was like that shit is a culture. It was. So when people used to bring up Star Wars and a new movie got announced, when Force Awakens got announced, I want y'all to like, I don't know. I remember where I was when that trailer dropped.
That was huge.
That was huge. That was like an earth-shattering moment. Like the world like literally fucking stopped to watch that trailer. Marvel didn't have that effect on people until Infinity War and shit like that. But it took them years to build that. The Star Wars has like 40, like going into that, Star Wars had 30 years of just investment and like world building and shit like that. And they just shit on it, dog. The whole shit got shat on. They fumbled that shit crazy. You know,
I'll tell you why. It's because Disney bought that shit.
Well, yeah, basically they Disney's Tiki Barber and the football Star Wars, and they just kept fumbling the fucking ball.
Now, I will also say I don't think George Lucas would have did a better job either. Somebody else would have needed to take over besides Lucas, because Lucas been doing his best to go back and try to bastardize the original trilogy, making unnecessary changes and updates to them films every re-release. So I don't think he would have did a good job either. I don't know who would have did a good job. I can't think of off the top of my head, but yeah, I agree with all your points.
But George allowed other people to flourish, like this Clone Wars show, even though like it was a cartoon show. If you ask people what's the best Star Wars, people will say the Clone. Even though I didn't watch it, that was under him though. Even though he wasn't like directly directing it, he let that develop, and he had the expanded universe develop too. So even though he wasn't directly involved in a lot of projects in the 2000s after Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars was still flourishing. Like in terms of games, movies, and TV shows, it was still doing good. He just couldn't afford by himself to do a Mandalorian every episode or something like that. He's like Disney obviously got more money than one person, so he couldn't fund those projects. But I'd rather have George tank the franchise. At least that's him, and that's his creative vision. I'm never gonna fuck with the creative vision of someone. That's like me going at J.R. Tolkien for decision and like Lord of the Rings. If he wants to do that, that's on him. But Disney, what they did and how they fucked them, but the handshake agreement. Never forgive him. Yeah, they fucked that dog. They even though it wasn't in contract, he was like, all right, we're gonna use their story treatments. And you know what they didn't do? Use the story treatments and look like, and now they're going back, and now they're trying to like it's crazy, dog. They fucked him. Even though yes, he made his $4 billion, but they bastardized his friend. And Kathleen Kennedy was like one of his friends. Yeah, if he slapped the shit out of her, I wouldn't blame him.
Fire.
Yeah.
We love domestic violence.
So y'all let him get that off, but when I say Daredevil should have beat Shorty ass, everybody clutched their pearls on the lady.
Well, because you actually might do it. Like
wait. Who do you want to beat in Daredevil? The girl? I'm talking about in real life. That's different. I don't know about the Daredevil beating somebody up is kind of crazy. Like you see how he be doing to people?
Wait, Daredevil can't beat people up?
No, but no, you don't want. Nigga, I want to get beat by that nigga. What?
No, you
can't see. Just step 2 feet away.
What?
He can see. He can see.
Oh, he can see.
Y'all scared of a nigga with Stevie Wonder braids? Come on, bro.
Yeah, nigga. When your femur sticking out your leg, you're gonna be like, oh shit.
He gotta catch me first.
Nigga, he can see just fine.
Does he know?
So hold on. So, other than him doing dolphin echolocation, around the store. If we was in Walmart and I'm in the toy section. Pause. Wait, I'm in the shampoo section and he at the front by the cashiers. The nigga would be able to find me just by me sitting still.
Yes.
How? I'm not. What, he gonna smell me? I smell good.
That's part of his powers. He has advanced. All his other senses are advanced. So his echolocation.
He can smell your mustache.
His echolocation, quote unquote.
I ain't a pussy in months.
It literally paints like a picture in his mind. Like he could see everybody in the fucking.
Okay. Last time I saw Daredevil, Ben Affleck and his mole was in a red suit. That's the last time I saw Daredevil.
He beat the shit out of Michael Duncan.
So he's got more fam. And it's not raining because I'm indoors, so he ain't gonna be able to hear the raindrops on my body.
Human senses. All his senses are heightened.
Alex,
if you are gonna Daredevil, just please go to the Netflix show and not the
watch a hallway scene. Watch a hallway scene.
I refuse to. How about this? I got a question. Who would win in a real quick down and dirty scuffle? Kane or Daredevil?
Who's Kane?
Kane who?
Kane who?
John Wick 4. Kane.
Daredevil's beating that nigga's ass.
Yeah, Daredevil.
Oh, Daredevil.
Daredevil's beating that nigga's ass.
Oh man, come on.
And it's not close. It's not close.
Come on, dog.
Dog, Daredevil is breaking people's femurs out they body.
Okay, who you think winning in a fight? Ray Charles or Stevie Wonder?
Stevie Wonder just seen.
Ray Charles.
He's not blind.
I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, also he asked, who's the superpower human or the heroin addict? Are we serious?
Listen,
serious?
I think Stevie Wonder could fight for real because he kissed that nigga Jesse Jackson on the lips and Jesse ain't do shit about it.
Dog, Stevie Wonder was watching a basketball game.
Jesse Jackson has always been a bitch, so that's different.
Oh shit.
Stevie Wonder, y'all don't like his Jerry curl?
Huh?
Nigga, it's 2025, nigga.
Stevie Wonder was at an NBA game and watched LeBron dunk and was surprised. That nigga's not blind. He's not blind.
So he dunked and they was like, Stevie, he's like, yeah, I saw.
Dog, Stevie Wonder.
So he already knew.
Y'all seen that clip Stevie Wonder saying in the mic
nigga be cool.
stand fail?
You talking about when he called it? He called the mic.
He's not blind, dog. He's the nigga. The nigga can see.
I think he's legally blind.
Yeah, he can see that. Nigga, you know what's funny? Shaq told the story too. He said,
there's an elevator.
Yeah, he said he opened the elevator and Stevie was in there talking about something. What's up, Shaq? And then he said Stevie pressed the button. He said Stevie pressed the button to go to the floor. That nigga can see, man. That nigga can see.
Nigga, if I open the door and Stevie Wonder says, "What's good, bro?" I'm gonna be like, hell no.
Ray Charles, you know that nigga was blind. He was feeling on women's wrists and shit. You nigga couldn't see shit.
Ray Charles said, "I'm blind, but I'm not fucking fat hoes."
Yeah, that nigga was definitely blind. Nigga was like feeling up.
Insane. You judgmental, nigga. You can't see.
My dick still work, nigga. What you talking about? Yeah, I can be picky with this dick.
Dog, that scene in the movie when the fat girl gave him her wrist, I was like, dog, I will never forget that shit. That nigga, the music stopped. The music cut. I was like, yo, that is fucking crazy.
He
fire.
Ray Charles,
that shit would not fly today, but yeah.
Hey, no, it still would. Ain't no, that's real. That's what happened. That's canon.
They cut that shit in the movie.
That's canon. That's canon.
Fat phobic. Oh my god.
I guess I wasn't familiar with. I guess I wasn't familiar with it.
That nigga was cooking for
Daredevil.
Ray Charles was cooking fried chicken in the dirt.
Daredevil was fire. He's literally like he's like
he was doing that shit too.
If Batman wasn't taken, it would actually make more sense for Daredevil to be named Batman because he had like echolocation type shit, you know. But
that's a viral tweet. You need to tweet that right now.
I'm sure it's.
I mean, I hear you, but also it talks about like the risk he takes while being blind. So like, I don't know. It still fits.
Well, let me get to the
next. You gotta watch Daredevil, dog. I think you actually would like it.
I don't like.
It's not a superhero show like that you respect. Like you actually would like. It's more of a detective show, if anything.
Let me get to the next topic. Speaking of Daredevil, by the way. We got some news this past week. So this report. So this was rumored. It's been rumored for a while, but it's been officially confirmed by Warner Brothers. A new Matrix movie is in the works.
No.
Oh my fucking god!
I thought the
Yeah.
last one was the last one.
So this is the thing. I don't know. They haven't said who's going to be directing it, but as far as who's writing it, it's being written by Drew Goddard. For those that don't know,
Fire.
he actually wrote on the original Daredevil Netflix show. He
Mhm.
also wrote The Martian, which is a fire movie. Matt Damon, where he's stuck on Mars. And he also wrote The Cabin in the Woods, amongst other things.
Jesus Christ!
But he is
I-
writing the new Matrix movie. Now, real quick, the issue kind of with this is the whole point of the last Matrix movie. It was kind of almost like a self-sabotage, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be the
movie-
last
It
one.
was.
Yeah, the whole point of that movie was basically Warner Brothers said, we want to make a new Matrix. The Wachowskis said, we don't want to fucking do it. And they said, well, if you don't do it, we're going to make it without you. So, and I forget which Wachowski did. I don't know if it was Lana or I forget the other one. But anyway, long story short, they ended up making the movie.
Lana, that nigga name's and Lana.
What you said?
You said what?
That nigga name's Andy, yo. I don't know who this Lana is.
I know, yeah. So,
That nigga name's Andy, yo.
Whoa.
hey man, look, it's 2025 and we gotta be
insane.
progressive. You know, they transgender. We gotta support. You know, but
We don't.
Oh, he
we don't-
trans?
We don't share the
yeah,
views
the
of.
Wachowskis.
Hey, shout out-
Allegedly.
They're
Shout out to my
Those
trans people.
views
Put it in
and
gear,
opinions
bitch.
On this podcast is not a reflection on any of the individuals involved.
Real.
Shout out to my trans.
We're not trying to
It's
get
all entertainment. It's all entertainment.
Bombarded.
robots.
I don't know why
roll
they're
out.
doing this. This is an issue where I feel like, dog, why are you tarnishing the legacy of this franchise? I mean, the franchise got two good movies and one like mid one.
Okay,
and
movie.
then the last one was no, we won't discuss that shit. That shit was ass. What's the point? Like, I don't get what else they can do. The cat, you know what's gonna fuck up any other future Matrix movies if they keep recasting like Neo and Morpheus, because you know what, you're never gonna replace Lawrence Fishburne and Keanu Reeves
Ever.
Like,
and they onto a better franchise. They on fucking John Wick, bro. How you got
Oh,
the
shit, they are.
two main people from your franchise on another franchise that is blowing your shit out the water, no matter what you do. No matter what you do, Fishburne and Keanu Reeves is on a whole nother wave right now. That's gotta be burning them inside.
I mean, to be fair, it's been like it was 2 decades. What do you think was gonna happen? Shit changed.
No, it's different, bro. Think about what I'm saying. It's different if Keanu go this way, because Keanu has had some stinkers since the Matrix. Let's not forget that nigga's had some boo-boo butt movies. Lawrence Fishburne is cool. Lawrence Fishburne, we had this conversation about him like probably a year ago. He hasn't had a movie that he's leading in, but he's always the parsley you need for the scene. You see what I'm saying? He's really good. He's a very good supporting actor. Think about, but you have these two people. They are the Matrix. You don't have Matrix without Lawrence Fishburne. You don't have Matrix without Keanu Reeves. You got both of these niggas actively in what I deem as the greatest action, one of the greatest action franchises in my lifetime that I've seen consistently on a consistent basis. Yeah, nigga, bro. No matter if they put it out, it's gonna be ass. It's gonna be compared to the other action movie.
Okay, but you know who directs said action movie of your lifetime, right? You know who it is, right?
He was one of the people. He was a stuntman. I don't know his name. Was it The Matrix?
Exactly. So of course he's gonna be like. So
question, you think they're gonna grab him? You think they're gonna grab him to do The Matrix?
Shit.
You think that nigga gonna say, "Hey, I know that your restaurant has the best banana pudding in the state, but can you come make some for me real quick?" Nigga, no, I'm cooking up with my own shit.
I just don't know where the story goes for the Matrix. It's like, are we telling the same story? Because the Matrix is literally like the action. This is like a more meta commentary, but it's the repeating. Like, remember, Neo was like the 20th one at the time, and then he's the first one to break through. So they keep it. Just isn't for story wise. What story they're gonna tell about the Matrix? First of all, the Matrix doesn't exist anymore. Shouldn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, I thought they blew it up with some shit.
No, that was just one of them, but it still exists.
Yeah, it still exists, but it's not. The robots aren't actually killing humans anymore because they made a truce to stop fucking Smith from doing the shit because Smith was like a virus. But at this time, it's like, dog, just there's some movies that don't need to be like continue unless they're rebooting it and redoing it for like. And I get that they're rebooting.
They're gonna have to.
Yeah, but
after that last movie,
even rebooting it, I'm like, dog, it's hard to see that franchise without Keanu on that fucking like leading it, and that's why the last movie I think they had that fucking fake Morpheus and Keanu there with Trish. I'm like, all right, dog, I see what you're trying to do. I see like the way the directors are trying to like kind of go back at WB saying, yeah, like, see, we released this piece of shit so y'all can leave us the fuck alone. And that's the movie's making a meta commentary on Hollywood, which was cool that they were trying to push that message, but it didn't make for a great movie. I just don't see what's the point of it. I don't think people really give a fuck about Matrix like that. Like, people are not going to come back, oh my God, Matrix, and start watching the shit again. I think people are always going to hold the first 3 movies in high regard, even though the last movie wasn't that good, and people are done with it. I don't think they're going to be able. It's like Terminator. That's what the Matrix, they're trying to turn the Matrix into, the Terminator franchise. And look how that shit went. Like, it's
Hey, Tyreek,
ran
you know
to
what's
the
crazy?
ground.
Because if you're in my age bracket, 27 and up, 27 and below, we were at the very, like, we were babies, kids when the movie series was actually kicking out. When the first one was released, 97 or 99? 99. So literally, I was 3 when the shit came out. Now I went to the theater to see it with my parents, but of course, as I got older, we would rewatch the trilogy. But I saw the shit when it all first came out. But I was a baby. The last girl I dated, when we watched the latest Matrix movie, she asked me in the middle of the movie, she's like, is this supposed to be like a comedy? Like, that's how bad the movie was. She had no context or any idea of what the Matrix was about or whatever the fuck. So I do think, much like Star Wars, I feel like the age bracket for those people, ain't nobody younger than 27 is probably checking for this shit.
Yeah.
Like, other than the cultural relevancy of, like, they've seen memes or scenes on the internet of, when he did the bullet time and shit like that. No kid, like, my little sister ain't gonna be hyped for no new Matrix movie. She gonna be like, okay, a sci-fi movie. Yeah, like, it's not gonna have to wait for it.
The movie's CG did not age well. Like, and the thing is, it's funny because Matrix was lauded for that at the time, but there's other movies that came out around Matrix, but CG aged way fucking better. Like, Lord of the Rings came around that time. CG aged way better. Plenty of movies that came around that time, the CG just like looked a lot better. For some reason, the Matrix CG, maybe because they filmed on digital cameras, and that's why it doesn't look so good. When they did the CG and did it with the film, like, those films ended up holding up better. I think that's why. That was one of the first movies to get filmed on those 1080p cameras, which back then that shit was like a breakthrough, 1080p, but you can't really, like, upscaling from digital 1080p signal to 4K is gonna look trash. It's gonna reveal a lot of the CGI, like the low res stuff is not gonna look good when you upscale it. So even going back and looking at the Matrix, like, it's still a good watch for people like me, because I'm like, yeah, I remember watching this shit in theaters and like being blown the
Gumby rubber band man when he did
was fire. Like, dog, I wanted a Cadillac CTS because the Matrix Reloaded, because that was the car they were driving during the scene and with the twins and shit like that. Like, that shit was fire. But like, if you go back and like watch that movie now and try to review it versus like especially after watch John Wick, the movies don't really hold up that well at all. They don't. And
Speak for yourself.
There's some scenes that hold up. Reloaded holds up really well. That first Matrix movie, outside of some scenes, dog, that shit don't hold up that well, dog. It just doesn't.
Nah, I'm not gonna let you lie like that.
Are you talking strictly technical standpoint? Because thematically and story wise, I think
no.
The whole movie holds up, bro. I went back and watched that premiere of the Dolby exclusive showing they had for the anniversary. Yeah, that shit looked beautiful. And I bought the 4K collection and rewatched all the movies like 2 weeks ago. That shit held up, bro.
It's not real 4K, and you fucking know it.
It's not real, but that's the thing. It's not real 4K. It's upscaled, and that's why
I didn't say it was native. I'm just talking about the 4K box.
Yeah.
You ever seen the porn that's 4K upscaled and they just smooth the skin over? It's not real 4K, bro.
It still look good to me.
Yeah. A lot of the funny thing, Matrix kind of spawned horrible conspiracy theorists too. Like, there was a whole era of people red pill, blue pill, and then there's a whole rabbit hole that I'm not going to go down. It's a crazy shit.
Wow, you're right. That is the only relevance they have. That's the only thing that the younger generation probably knows about.
Real content, Andrew.
And they're not even using it in the right context either. Like this shit's
they're not. But it's one of those things where like if you go back and watch the movies and stuff and some of the action scenes, yes, there's some iconic scenes where like Matrix finally, like when Neo finally breaking through and he punches Smith, and Smith is like, oh shit, I got fucked up by like a human, because before, remember, agents never got hit. Morpheus was like the closest one to like killing one, and Morpheus everyone thought Morpheus was the one, but he never got close to actually fucking the agent up. So Neo, when he finally like was fucking agents up,
Neo was like, this nigga slow as shit.
Yeah, and he started. We started like just punching, like pushing the punches away and shit. And then like Agent Smith is like just started punching around, and he just couldn't hit him. That shit was fire. But if you go and like release that shit today, people are like, man, this shit is ass. But for us, it's like that shit is like our fucking childhood. So we're never gonna think that shit's ass. But it's one of those things. Matrix is not gonna resonate with people today. It's just not. It was different when that digital age was like burgeoning in 2000.
I don't think it's ass to now, but it's like one of those films. Like for us, it's like a black and white film from back in the day kind of shit. Like it's still good, it still holds up, but it's definitely aged a bit, just a bit, But
I think from a technical standpoint, I understand what you're saying. Like, technology is advanced. It's been 27 years. I get that. But from a story standpoint, I don't see how you could say it's aged bad.
The story's still good.
I give you an example. Hold on, I can give you an example, BT.
Still fire.
No, I can give you an example why the age. When the Matrix 1 and 2 or whatever the fuck came out, that was on the verge of Y2K. So that whole idea of like, we don't know what the quote unquote future is going to look like. Of course, they woke up and nothing changed, but they were all based on that fact where think about technology during that time as well, consumerism. Even having your PC monitor be see-through was cool. What was that? There's a Fisher, whatever the fuck name for like a Fruity Gear or whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about if you look it up. But like the bubbly fish, underwater sea life, clear blue aesthetic where it's like orange bursts and shit like that. There was a whole wave in motion of futurism in the late 90s. When we saw that new movie a couple years ago,
that has nothing to do with the story, by the way.
No, but I'm getting to it. That story leaned heavily on what the world was anticipating, the technological revolution, or what was next for people in general in the world. That's what I'm saying. That's what it pulled from. When the movie came out a couple of years ago, it was about AI and shit. Like it was very
as much away
and
from
smartphones
as well.
But it was very. But it was
influenced.
What I'm saying, it was very corny. Is what I'm saying. It's just like. I'm trying to think of an example that is. It's like when we talk about social shit and we talk about dynamics and humans, and people just on the top of they just say social media is ruining us, and it's like, okay, I guess you could put the title of social media is ruining communication and relationships, but that's a very basic level of of your understanding of why things go this way or that way in dynamics. That last movie, it leaned heavily on that where it was corny. We don't have any base. We're not afraid of social media. We're not afraid of AI. We're not afraid of like. You see what I'm saying? Like it didn't hit.
No. But Alex, I think that makes it hit even more. I think that makes it hit even more because now you're looking at it like the Matrix is ahead of its time. The Matrix, social media is the Matrix. You can look at it from that perspective. That we are now living in the Matrix. That's AI generated videos, memes, and all this bullshit. Motherfuckers are living their life online through these fake lives.
You know what? Hold up. You know I want to choke your light skin ass out because when the Matrix was ahead of its time because we were discovering what the internet was. We were discovering when there was no concept of social media. In present day, that shit does not hit. Black Mirror had better concepts in episodic form than that last Matrix movie. That's what I'm saying. It leaned heavily on social media, guys. It's all around us.
I don't even know what we're arguing anymore.
I'm talking about we're arguing about the originality of the most recent Matrix movie and it not hitting. Not only because it wasn't that good, but two, culturally
garbage. The most recent.
If you're saying the most recent, I agree with you on that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm speaking on. I'm saying, but
so you're talking about 4?
Yeah, we're talking about 4.
The whole time.
We talk about the original Matrix.
No. That's what.
My fault.
Yeah, they tried to repeat the original
next time.
The most recent one. That shit is garbage.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. My whole point was that not only was the Matrix pushing CGI and all of that. They had the world also behind them saying, what the fuck? Could this really be our future? When the most recent movie was already telling us social media exists. It's like, okay, that's not hitting. That doesn't do anything.
I agree.
It doesn't have that same cultural shock.
Yeah, Alex, the thing about that last movie,
I agree. My bad.
That last movie was, it was written like that on purpose. Like that whole movie was kind of like.
It was a breaking the fourth
parody. It was them saying "fuck you" to WB.
It was for sure "fuck you."
Yes, that movie was purposely bad. The only aspect of that movie that was done with intention was Neo and Trinity's relationship, because the director said they did it as like an homage to their parents. Outside of that movie is really like all the writing and all the concepts and shit. It really is kind of just like it doesn't really serve a real purpose, because the whole point of that movie was to be like a self-sabotage. Like, oh, you guys want to make the Matrix? Well, I'm going to fucking drown the franchise so that if you do another one, it won't be successful.
It won't make sense.
The whole point. So.
That last
Alex
one,
is right.
Like I said, I've seen it twice and I have not finished it. I fell asleep both times.
No, I left the theater angry. I left the theater. I left the theater mad as shit. I called my mom.
Like y'all actually make me mad, because I bought a large popcorn and a large icy, bruh, and watched
that shit. That shit was on HBO day one.
Imagine how drove I was. I bought tickets. We overslept, and then I said, "Oh, don't worry about it. We'll just watch it at home." So not only did I watch it, Max, I still spent $23 and I didn't even go to the fucking movie. Boy, I was so goddamn.
Should have called and be like, "Dog, I got a car accident. I could have."
I was so damn mad, boy.
Let me tell you something, though. Whatever. I'm gonna tell you something. The reason why the new Matrix movie won't hit, I'm gonna tell you why. Metal Gear Solid already. Whose mic is that? Metal Gear Solid already did that shit. What Matrix has been trying to do better. So culturally, Kojima already kind of blew that shit up, because everything in Metal Gear Solid 2 is pretty much what's happening now. So, I do think
not everybody plays that game, Tyrek.
Yes, they did, but I don't think you have to though. Metal Gear Solid transcends gaming. Transcends gaming though.
Yes, he did.
I don't know anything about Metal Gear Solid's story other than they say he predicted memes.
Not a damn thing.
Yeah, you on your own.
He predicted 9/11.
Kojima predicted memes.
I'm gonna play the Snake remake.
Kojima's I'm telling you, the nigga has predicted everything that's happened. He's predicted everything
in video games or what?
Huh?
In what? What did he predict?
Oh, I'm talking about, like the AI, the date, like especially the AI shit. That nigga was 20 years ahead, 25 years ahead. The ID lock guns, all that shit. The digital age and the meme shit, all that shit. He is called like 20 years ahead. Like to this day, if you go, like I want y'all to go and look up MGS2 retrospectives, and there's like hundreds of videos that pop up, and they're like, "Yo, this nigga Kojima called everything." To a T. It's kind of scary how fucking crazy this nigga like.
I'll play the remake.
Yeah,
but just to wrap up, I'm a huge Matrix fan. It's one of my favorite films of all time. The last movie, while it wasn't the best, I did enjoy parts of it. Me personally, I enjoyed seeing Neo and Trinity interact again. But outside of that movie was not very enjoyable. I'll probably never watch it again.
Bro, hey, real quick though, I ain't gonna lie. The makeup for Jada's character, I ain't gonna lie, they cooked with that, because I swear to God, I thought they just recasted her. I swear to God, I didn't know that was her.
That was her?
That was her.
They made her.
Jada Pinkett?
Yeah, no, that was her.
You didn't think that was her?
No, nigga.
Why would y'all not think that was her?
It looked just like her. What are you talking about?
I didn't see it. And at the rate
it's the same woman. What?
At the rate that
she had those Batu knots in. Yeah.
I'm sorry. At the rate that they was recasting niggas, I was not paying attention. So I thought this was just a regular old shawty. Then I looked closer, and then I realized.
Are you deaf?
No. I see. Yeah. I thought they like aged their ass. What the fuck? I thought they got somebody else. I didn't know it was her.
No, nigga, yeah, I can
Yeah, that was her.
Jada Pinkett Smith got some of the most iconic cheekbones in Hollywood history. How did y'all not know that was her?
I mean, she's really a shit, nigga. She look like a fucking raisin, nigga.
I'm sorry, the meter of if I give a fuck about Jada Pinkett is not that high for real. So like,
she wasn't.
I mean, you ain't gotta give a fuck about it, but you know a baddie when you see one. That woman been fine since when you was in Baby Batter, nigga.
Shit, there's been batter before and after. But that's another story.
Nigga, was that a commercial? Why is it like he drove off when he said that? Another story. I'm
No,
dead.
I feel like if they doing this movie, they have to do it. I mean, what the fuck?
Fresh
can
Ingredient
they do?
said. Fresh Ingredient said Jada is a handsome boy. Why would you say that?
They can't bring back.
Like, hey,
a lot of
that
people
nigga
from the
never
old
seen
movies.
a fine shorty with a ball fade, bro. Let her be, nigga. Let her be. Calling her a boy.
Oh no, you gonna activate Red Pig, bro?
But yeah, one time. What you
Oh
saying?
man.
Nah, I just don't know. Kind of like how they'll tell this story. Is it gonna be a prequel? Are they gonna try to bring in characters from the movies that we already seen? I don't know. I just don't know. But we'll see. I'm gonna end up watching it. I don't know. Hopefully, it just doesn't suck ass.
You a brave soul.
Dog, let me tell you something. That movie's gonna be fucking trash, nigga. I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't even like. Come on.
What if it's
This
good?
movie's, huh?
What if it's good?
Nigga, you have good.
What if it
Nigga,
shocks us?
I think World Peace is more possible than fucking that shit being good movie. To be honest, like I don't. Dog, what else can they do? Like the whole reason why Matrix is even like the way it was because the time period it came out in and it captured that moment perfectly. They're never dog. Sometimes you only can capture that light in the bottle one time and that's it. You can't recreate that shit. Like I think they're trying to catch a light in the bottle again. It's never happened again. Some franchises get that one time. Terminator had his one time. Alien had it at one point. Dog, sometimes you gotta let some of this shit die. It gotta go. It gotta die. Please let the shit die. Let's let it go. Let us go back and do retrospectives on the original movies and just let it die, dog. Just stop. Like
I'm
I'm
about two things of popcorn, one to throw and one to eat.
Oh my god, dog. They need to let shit die, dog. Like just let it end.
They should start selling tomatoes at the movies again.
No. Cause then you making them poor movie employees clean that shit up. That's bullshit.
I think they got to let the people who make noise in the theater. You know what? Oh shit, we're not. I know we have the reviews yet. This is the first movie I watched this year. People weren't fucking talking. I was so happy.
Oh, I got something to say about that. You just reminded me. Let's get to the reviews. That's it for the topics I had. Mafia, are you still with us, brother?
Yes, sir.
All right. So Mafia saw a film this week called Drop. Drop is. I'm pulling up the details right now. It's directed by Christopher Landon. He did. Let me see. What movies did he do? Okay, so it says he did Paranormal Activity, The Marked Ones. I think that's the one with the Mexicans. He did. He did Happy Death Day. That's the one with the Mexicans. Y'all know that's the one with they was in LA and shit. The Mexicans, yeah.
That's the movie.
He did Happy Death Day. Both of them, the sequel to, which I haven't seen by the way, but yeah, this is his next film. It's called Drop,
and they just announced all three of that coming out next year.
Oh, okay. So this movie, I'll give y'all the synopsis real quick. It says Violet is a widowed mother who goes to an upscale restaurant to meet Henry, her charming and handsome date. However, her pleasant evening soon turns into a living nightmare when she receives phone messages from a mysterious, hooded figure who threatens to kill her young son and sister unless she kills Henry. Mafia, go ahead and tell us your thoughts on this film, brother.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it to you like this. If you're someone who likes those kind of movies where there's a bad guy playing these mind games with the main character trying to get them to do stuff for whatever agenda they have going, you might like this movie. You might. Because here's the thing. This movie literally has no tension whatsoever. At no point will you ever feel worried, you ever feel concerned, because the way they kind of set this movie up, you can kind of figure out who the actual villain is from the beginning. The misdirection is pretty obvious. Now, there was one point due to their inaccuracies of how they did the movie where I kind of got thrown off once because it's in the trailer, but in the movie, when the guy comes to her home to basically to threaten her son and her sister, the sister gets punched in the face multiple times before she's knocked out, and there is no blood. So that kind of threw me off at first. I'm just like, there's no way a grown man punched a woman that many times and she didn't bleed. So I was like, I wonder, is the sister really behind all this? Now that was
Spoilers?
just no, that's in the trailer.
Oh, okay.
But
Well,
she's not.
she just a Ronda Rousey type of bitch, nigga. You don't know. Well, she's squab. Well, she's squab, nigga.
This was a skinny white woman. She is not taking about 5 punches to the face.
You just described most of UFC white women, by the way. I don't know if you know this.
Oh shit.
I'm pretty sure you can punch them 5 or 6 times. They're gonna show a little blood.
Shit, I don't know, nigga.
There's only one way to find out.
Maybe they ran out of budget. Oh.
On a budget for socking a bitch.
But yeah,
we got $40 for each punch. So unrealistic. What do you mean by there's no tension? You feel like it just kicks right off into the climax of the story, like, hey, this is happening, or there was no build up to make you question who is the villain? Why does he want to hurt her?
That nigga was not scared the whole time.
Facts. It's just like you don't feel like if you were in her situation, you don't feel threatened. Because here's like the movie's premise is kind of dumb because it's just like this. If she never looks at the phone, this whole thing can't happen. This whole movie.
Oh, so if she was on D&D, there'd be no point of doing this whole game.
Right. So this whole movie hinges on her looking at her phone. She never looks at her phone. This movie doesn't happen. The villain's just sitting there looking like a dumbass the whole time.
But you would never. But think about it. You would never really. If you're out on a date and you got a babysitter, you would never really just D&D. You would want to have your phone on just in case, right?
But ain't the babysitter her sister though?
Yeah.
Her sister. Hey, you ain't going nowhere, nigga. You staying the night. Shut the like.
So think about this, Alex. Let's just say she put her phone on vibrate or silent, and she just dropped it in her purse by accident.
Mm-hmm.
She has her date. By the time she get home, it's just like the dude who had everything set up is just like, well, shit. She ain't look at the fucking phone. So I got to go in there and pull it out and hand it to her and say, all right, bitch, look at it. Let's get this movie going.
The trailer I saw, this girl almost fell out of a skyscraper. Was that scene cool?
It was kind of stupid at the end because it's just like that's basically the end of the movie. That's the only part where the movie has any kind of action where it gets kind of a little exciting, and the payoff's not worth it. Like everything you go through the movie, it's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to like the movie. It's not the worst thing I've seen. I really wanted to like it, but it's just I didn't feel challenged because like the big thing about this movie is who is the killer. I figured out who the killer is just right when she got to the date. So I'm just like, this seems.
Now, was it obvious, or because you're a movie guy and you're like any trained eye would be able to put two and two together, or did they make it known like, hey, by the way, this is the person doing it?
They kind of made it obvious because I'm not gonna say I'm the kind of person who would catch on to that kind of quick, but for me to catch on, I think they did a poor job because they try to do misdirect, but the misdirect is so obvious. It's just like.
He don't know. He just dissed himself just a little bit. But I'm gonna let him.
I mean, yeah, I know I dissed myself, but that's the thing, though. That's how
a dumb nigga like me can find it. I swear to God, what the fuck going on?
That's what I'm saying. Like if Alex or Tarek or Wonton seen this, they're like, "What the fuck? How's this supposed to be some kind of like mystery? It's that guy.
Is that nigga right there?
Right?
Got you."
So I give this movie like a D. I mean, once it hits digital, I say just check it out. If you just kind of bored, you got a female over, but other than that, don't pay to go see it.
Mafia, so real quick, you've seen this guy's other movies though, right? Happy Death Day and all that?
Yes, I like Happy Death Day. The sequel was not as good, but it was still a decent movie.
Okay,
that
so
sequel
do you feel like this is the worst out of all the movies you've seen of his?
No, I think it'd be that Paranormal Activity.
Okay, no, that one was pretty mid. Okay.
Oh,
nigga,
I meant to ask.
Bullshit in that, bro. Oh my, I don't even want to think about that movie.
How was the comedy? Because I heard if you turn your brain off, it's funny as shit.
Did you laugh at all?
Really?
Damn.
Really.
You didn't give him a ha.
It's got like maybe like white people humor. Maybe a white person might laugh at it because it was just like there was one scene where she went in the bathroom. She's asked for eyeliner. She's acting kind of crazy, but it's just like it wasn't funny. And there was this one dude who was like he was supposed to be like an actor. He was kind of annoying, but that was supposed to be his role. But it's not really funny.
Question:
Gotcha.
Did her date at least do a good job, or he didn't help any of it? Was she carrying the boat by herself? The load of the acting and
Yeah, because it was really
making the
focused
story
on her
long.
because the thing was the person who was messaging her wanted her to do something to her date because her date is kind of like a plot point in the movie. Everything
Gotcha.
kind of revolves around him, but
Gotcha.
he's mostly just sitting there, kind of just dealing with a bad date because it's just like, oh, I like this chick, but I don't think she likes me. She's not paying attention to me. She's moving around everywhere. It's just like, what the fuck's going
On
on?
that damn phone, yeah.
Yeah,
Is this bitch
exactly.
gonna took the phone down?
Why won't she suck my dick?
That's
Well, it
basically
sounds like a terrible movie, and I'm glad you saw it and not me.
Yeah, you owe
Get
me a
my feet
bag of
quiet.
popcorn.
Yeah.
Appreciate your review.
All right.
No problem.
So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Warfare. Hopefully we'll get Chris in here soon because Chris saw it as well. He has some thoughts.
Oh god.
Before we get into the reviews, and I'm gonna let Saint go first because Saint loves this movie. This is a film by Alex Garland, which, by the way, Alex, this is our friend that directed Men. He directed
War.
Civil War.
Really? Oh, y'all
Annihilation,
trying to make me watch it. Y'all trying to make me watch
Ex
it.
Machina. I love Alex Garland. He's one of my favorite directors, one of my favorite filmmakers.
But he said Civil War?
Yeah.
Oh, I would not be.
Civil War is good, and you would actually like it. But anyway, Alex Garland co-directed this with Ray Mendoza. And just to give you guys some background, I believe this is Ray Mendoza's directorial debut.
Yep.
He's a former Navy SEAL. Now he's a filmmaker. And a little background, when Alex Garland was making Civil War, Ray Mendoza was actually his military correspondent, basically giving like tips and things of like, this is how the military would act in this situation. So he kind of helped with that movie, and that's kind of how they met and formed their relationship and ended up working on Warfare, this new movie. From what Alex Garland has said, he actually kind of took more of a background role with this movie. So Ray Mendoza was actually doing a lot of the directing and working with the actors. And essentially, this movie is about a mission that Ray Mendoza and his team of Navy SEALs encountered when they were in Iraq. So it's based on his true story and the true story of the people that he was, they were part of his team. I'll just give a quick synopsis. There's really not much to the movie, like as far as like a plot, because it's really just based on a mission that they went through. So a lot of it, if I give details, it might kind of spoil. But that being said, a quick synopsis. It says a surveillance mission goes wrong for a platoon of American Navy SEALs in insurgent territory in Iraq. So that's the main gist of it, right? It kind of drops you into a point of time where these Navy SEALs, they have a mission and something goes wrong and they have to kind of find their way out of it. Again, based on the true story. Saint, what were your thoughts on Warfare?
Oh yeah, man. I actually really love the film. It's arguably in my top 2 or top 3 of this year. It's not like a Black Hawk Down movie where it's like I guess you could say dramatized. Yeah, I guess you could say like a dramatized fucking war propaganda movie. I guess it's not like that at all. It does some clever ways of showing like 3 perspectives around that whole mission, and it makes you even question the morality of the U.S. because it's like they do certain things in the film where it's like, why? And then it's very blatant how they put that question out there. I will say I do have some bias towards the movie just because I've grown up in a military household. What's up, Peggy?
Hey, you ain't add me, nigga. Y'all talking about Warfare, right?
I did ask you. I look at the general. I literally added you.
Oh, I'm sorry, but no, go ahead, Saint. I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I do have some bias towards it, just because of being in a military household. So I'll just point that out there. The sound is fucking incredible if you watch it in Dolby. I didn't get a chance to watch it in IMAX because it wasn't in my area. Or no, I saw it in IMAX. I'm sorry, I didn't get to see it in Dolby because I wanted to hear the sound and the vision, but it was a very limited screening. But yeah, if you do have the chance to do that, or I think by the time we're reviewing this, Dolby should be out because the fucking other movie's out right now. So if you got a good home theater setup, it's perfect for that. There's some good there's some good ways that the film addressed PTSD with different perspectives on that and how people react in different ways. The film there is a point where it gets very uncomfortable, and it shows you like the reality of what soldiers go through when they're at war. And I think not a lot of films do that. They kind of glorify the whole idea of being a soldier, and shit like that will make you not want to be a soldier. I hope not. Yeah, man. And I also like how the film is shot because it's kind of like a documentary kind of camera, if that makes sense. It gets you fully immersed into the scene, like you're in their footsteps. And yeah, I don't have any negatives for this film, and like I did for another movie last year, giving it 100 out of 100.
Sounds amazing.
Thank you, brother. I'll go over real quick.
Nigga,
really
you seen it? Oh, I forgot. Go ahead, Go ahead.
Yeah, so just going off of some stuff that Saint said. The first thing I want to mention, before this movie came out, and A24 was doing their little promo, posting the poster on Twitter and things like that, I saw a few viral tweets where people were kind of just shitting on the movie before it came out, assuming that it was like glorifying war and assuming that it was painting the Americans out to be a hero. People were like shitting on the movie, talking about some, the U.S. military were evil in Iraq and shit like that. Oh, like, which, yeah, I mean, it's true. We're not going to sugarcoat it. They did some fucked up shit over there. But they were kind of like shitting on the movie in that way before it even came out and without watching the movie for themselves. So the one thing I do want to mention is this movie does not glorify war in any way. Like Saint said, if anything, it's kind of like it paints a real picture of what they actually went through and why you might want to think twice before you jump into something like this. The second thing is it doesn't paint these guys as like heroes or like they're just fucking Captain America. Like, they do some things in this movie that kind of make you question the morals. They make you question why they did what they did. So in that way, it's a realistic it's painting a realistic image of what it's actually like. It's not like a lot of other military movies where they kind of paint the American military as the good guys. They don't do anything wrong, that type of thing. It's not like that. It's not propaganda, basically, is what I'll say. As far as the actual movie, very strong performances by all the actors in this movie. Just from some of the research and like videos and things that I've watched, they went through very intense training, and it's believable when they're in these scenes. They really feel like believable Navy SEALs. They're like just the way that they're doing like the comms, they're doing the communications back and forth.
They sound like an Ubisoft trailer.
I mean, yeah, they're using like straight up military jargon, which if you've never had experience with like gaming or other movies, you might think these niggas are speaking gibberish because they do it a lot throughout the movie. You get to see them kind of handle their weapons differently and how they get into that. So yeah, I think all the actors, props to them for all the training they went through, because it makes the movie very believable. The other thing, this movie is short and sweet. It's only an hour and a half, minus the trailers. It literally drops you into a point of time. They're starting their mission, and then it takes you all the way to the end of the mission when they finish. Short and sweet. straight to the point, and it's when the shit pops off, it pops off and it don't stop. So, sound design. This is actually kind of a callback to last year when we reviewed Civil War. One of the main things we always talked about was the sound design in that movie is so fucking good. Well, that carries over to Warfare. Sound design is fucking amazing. When you hear a fucking bomb go off or a fucking when they're shooting their guns, nigga, it sound like you right next to that shit. Like it's the sound design and the sound engineering, whoever they got doing that shit with these movies, it's some of the best that I've heard in the theater. Like it's really fucking good.
Better than Doom?
I mean, in some ways, yeah, because Dune, it has good sound, but it doesn't have like. I'll give you an example. It's not really a spoiler, but there's a scene where a fucking explosive goes off. It literally made me jump, like not because I was scared, but it was more of like my body literally had like a knee jerk reaction. Like that shit goes off and it sounds like it's happening around you. And
he's like, no.
Bro,
He starts
the crazy
screaming.
thing, I wasn't even in Dolby.
I did jump too once, huh?
I wasn't even in Dolby because unfortunately I had missed, I guess, the Dolby window, so I had to watch this in digital. But even in digital, the fucking sound was great. It was great, bro. So that's just one thing I want to point out. And I'll finish up because it really is not much to talk about without spoiling kind of what happens. But as far as like the depiction of war, this movie does not hold back. In some ways where other movies might, or they might try to like embellish and things like that, this movie paints a realistic picture, dude. When these guys get hurt or they get injured, they're showing you like these motherfuckers are dealing with real pain. Like, this ain't no fucking, they get shot and they just kind of treat like a fucking like a flesh wound. Like, no, brother. If they get fucked up, you hearing them like they really fucked up. It shows you like how people's mental states can change in the instant. They might be fine 1 second, and then something happens, and now they're like their whole like they're just fucked up in the head all of a sudden. It shows you everything. It's very graphic, very visceral. It really paints like a real picture of war, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that the director himself, this is based on his true experience. You know what I mean? So he's actually pulling from his life experience in the military. And so that helps a lot with just the depictions. That being said, this is a great movie. I enjoyed it. Really cool movie. It actually shows you like there's a lot of work when it comes to the military shit, bro. These are Navy SEALs, and so it's actually a lot of work that goes into this shit.
It's just Marines.
It's a lot of work that goes into the shit that they do, bro, and it shows you that. So. This is a good movie. Me personally, I had to get this like an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it, but if I'm being honest, I don't really see myself watching this again, just because it's kind of like it's almost like when your friend tells you. It's almost like when your friend tells you a story, but it's like you heard the story. I don't need to hear it again. You know what I mean? Like I saw the story. I saw what happened. I don't really need to watch it again because this, I guess. The entertainment value is not really there. It's not saying it's not an entertaining movie, but because it's based on a true story and it's kind of there's some dark shit that happens. There's parts where it's not really entertaining. It's more of just like informative, if anything. But good movie, 8 out of 10. I would definitely recommend you see it if you can see it in the theater, just for the sound design alone. I would recommend that. But yeah, 8 out of 10. Red Pig, you can go ahead with your thoughts if you're ready.
Calypso?
Red Pig?
Let me go real quick.
You were just talking. Okay, go ahead, sir.
So I talked about this a little bit on delayed podcast, delayed takes. This movie has the sound. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when those guns were going off, there was 4 or 5 people in the theater. Because I watched it early last week, Friday, like 11 o'clock, so there wasn't that much people in the theater. Me and this other dude looked around to see if someone was really shooting. That's how realistic the gun sounded. Like when the guy was shooting, they have a large machine gun in the movie. And when he starts firing, dog, that shit sounds like a large machine gun. That shit don't sound like or light machine gun. That don't sound like a some, you hear like pop guns, you hear like the fake sound effects where it's kind of muffled. Nah, I don't know what mics they used. Every movie need to start using those mics to pick up those sounds going forward. That shit sounded amazing. When they did the show of force, that sounded like in Louisville we have like a parade that has like an air show with they have like the planes, the fighter jets, they come and fly kind of low, and it's like an air show. And that's one of the first time I actually heard how loud those like fighter jets get. And when they did the show of force in the movie, it sounded like just like I was at Thunder over Louisville. That's what they call the flight show. That for me kind of put the movie over the top. But yeah, the movie is not any type of propaganda. That's what I thought going in too, because based on like anytime I see an Iraqi movie, I think of like movies like Act of Valor or like Dear's 30 or like the American Sniper movie, where they're kind of pushing an agenda. This movie doesn't do it. I think Wonton kind of expounded upon that in his review. This is not that type of movie. It's really just really detached. There's not really a good or a bad guy. You're not going to really feel. They're not trying to push a message. It's not like 6 Days in Fallujah where they were trying to like create a certain message and image, to push the American army or something like that. They really leave it neutral. Yes, most of the perspective is from the American side, but they don't really have injected politics in which they're trying to purport like, oh, Iraqi's bad, America's good. So I do think if that's been holding you back, that shouldn't hold you back anymore. And as a person who's against anti-military, especially anti-US military, watching this, I like completely like love this movie. I gave it like a 9 out of 10. I will go and watch this in theaters. Watch it in like the best sound quality you possibly can. For Cinemark, it was XD. I'm not sure what AMC has, but watching the highest quality. The sound design is out of this world. You can definitely tell that Civil War, the guy who directed Civil War, directed this movie because a lot of the shots and angles are pretty similar. But yeah, I recommend it. I was surprised, a pleasant surprise, and it's other than Sinners, because Sinners just came out. It was the best movie I watched up to that point until Sinners. So definitely go and watch.
Fire. Hey man, y'all hear me?
Yeah, weird.
Hey man, great movie. 10 out of 10. Saying I don't know, nigga. You talking about you got a soft spot, nigga? You been in a war, nigga? Like besides the toilet? Like what? 10 out of 10.
You got family. You got family.
No, I have. I've literally said I have a
Oh.
bias towards it. I'm a military household, so I have a bias towards it. Especially like the when they had the jets and stuff. I've been to the air shows and had done the donations and worked there before with my pops, so I've heard it up close. So yeah.
Are you? Oh well. Oh. Yeah, shout out to the vets, man. What about
you feel bad now, Red Pill?
Man.
You feel bad for trying to shit on him having like a military background in his family?
I don't. I stand on it. Anyway, no, fuck, never mind. Look at you. Fire movie, 8 out of 10, nigga. The only reason I get it to 10 out of 10 really, cause the character development in this movie is literally non-existent. You just get in and just talk. Basically, no character development. Like they said, the sound fire. You see this in Dolby. Your ass shaking. You feel a rumbling, nigga. It's fire. Very visceral, nigga. Nigga, the screams, nigga. The fucking screams in this movie. Oh my god, that's what you hear. Like, ah! Like it's crazy, nigga. Yeah. Hey, like y'all do your best pain scream, nigga. That's what this movie is. Like, it's gonna give you a feeling, nigga.
Come on, bro.
They didn't do the Wilhelm scream.
You know how they
the dude who was screaming this movie, it sounded I've been in the hospital. People got shot, and that sounds like he got shot. Like people will think, oh, you get shot, and you just quiet. Nah, the way that nigga was screaming, like, yeah, that nigga got shot. Like he was screaming like he got.
Like for the one dude when he realized, never mind. So he realized like the injury, he like immediately started screaming like a bitch. Well, I'm not. His shit was fucked up, but then the one dude, it built up like he was like, give me morphine, I need morphine, and then he started, So, yeah, that shit, nigga, this shit make you not want to go to war at all, nigga. That the way they shot this movie is fire. It's no bad guys. Even at the end of the movie, it's not a spoiler, but like it basically shows like it's not really good or bad guy. It's like it's the name of the movie. It's warfare. So yeah, it's fire, nigga. Also, this movie has a lot of young talent in it. They all did very good for what they had to work with. Yeah, the special effects, very nice sound design, the way it's shot, very good movie. 8 out of 10, Alex. I think you've been in wars, Alex, with your sexuality, like me.
Oh man.
So I think
I mean, I was actually
think
gonna
you
get my review on this
enjoy
movie.
warfare. Nigga, please. You ain't watch this fucking movie.
Piece of shit. Wouldn't recommend it to nobody. Piece of shit. 0-10.
Yeah.
Hey man, the SpongeBob, my leg guy. I thought he had the craziest scream of all time. This
Nah,
nigga,
nigga,
this movie takes the cake, dog.
Alex,
I was like, oh,
bro,
dog, I felt bad.
Spoilers. Bro, they got a part in this movie, right? Niggas is like kicking the leg and shit, walking by and kicking the dangly leg, and he like it's crazy. Nigga was pulling the body,
alive or
leg,
dead?
bro.
No,
the leg getting caught on
the
No.
They kept walking past it, kicking his fucking leg.
Yeah.
Hey
Bro,
man,
he had been shot in the leg and they kept kicking it.
Yeah.
Yes, bro. None of this. They had a part. He dragged the body and like the leg got caught on the edge, like on the edge or something, and he had to go grab the leg. But it was crazy. I thought nigga was dead.
hey man, they left one nigga's leg out there like a drumstick all the whole fucking time out there. I was like, yo, someone gonna clean that shit up. They kept going. I know they did on purpose. They kept going back to it. I'm like, yo, my nigga, you ever went to like Popeyes and you see like the chicken on the rack? I was like, my nigga,
bruh.
someone please.
Also, did any of y'all talk about the penis? The penis showing up?
Huh?
Penis. What?
Hey, yeah, you see the dick?
You're the only one that saw
I know what
penis
Red
in
is
the
talking
90-minute
about
movie.
when you remember when they cut
His
open his
leg.
pants, they're trying to
They
put
cut
pressure on his leg.
Oh.
I'll be real with you. I didn't see no dick.
Yeah, it was a little thick. It was because it's small.
A
He was
little
in so much
dick.
pain. He was in so much pain. The dick was, and he,
Dick.
Did you point at the screen when you saw it, or was you just like, "Oh shit"?
He was like,
nobody-
"Penis!"
It was actually very painful. All his dick was covered in blood and shit. And like,
Nah,
Everybody quiet. They just hear like, They're like waiting to see what he
y'all
talks
see that
about.
dick?
Literally, you see how you said that? When they was cut up his pants and the dick was showing, he was like, "Oh my god!" He was
Whole
like,
theater
Damn.
silent. You just hear red peg. Yep, that's a dick. All right.
Yeah.
"Hey, I've seen it.
Chris,
You
what's your
can't
rating?
miss a pink."
He seen the dick was like, yo, I know
like
that.
wontons?
I give it an 8 out of 10, man. 8 out of 10, man. Second best movie of the year. Top
Alright,
3
sweet.
so far. I think
Let's
Alex
get-
Peters. I don't know what's up with you, Alex. Hold on. What's up with Alex not
Alex
going to
don't
see
like
good
war
movies?
movies. See, that's why he didn't want to go see Civil War.
No.
I like Inglourious Bastards. I like Fury.
Okay, then what the fuck is the problem?
Why exactly?
We like it. That's the problem.
See, Alex,
You did all
he's
this
stubborn,
fussing
bro.
over Civil War, talking about something. I don't want to see a Civil War. Meanwhile, the whole movie is literally not about the Civil War. Then we got warfare.
Exactly.
You shitting on that. What's the problem?
Never shit
He
on
can't
Wolverine.
say.
I never shit on Wolverine.
Then why
You
did
shit
go
on
see
Civil
it?
War too. It was a good movie.
I went and go
That's
saw
what-
Sinners. A different type of war. A war of the mind. A war of the body and spirit.
Oh,
Culture
brother.
war.
By the way, is that the only movie you've seen for this podcast, brother?
Uh-oh.
Let's
Yeah,
talk
he
about
was
that,
He was
nigga.
too busy buying soda streams.
This is
Yeah,
more
nigga,
and more
so
y'all
you-
show me that this is not a safe space. Next
So,
topic.
so you ain't been. You got a new TV and finally got to OLED again. You ain't been watching movies. You ain't been
I've been
going.
watching Black
there to
Mirror.
watch movies.
I haven't been home, bitch. This is my first week home and home.
Yeah, you've been home this whole week, nigga. You had time, nigga.
This is my first time being home all fucking month.
Nigga, please.
I know my dick big, but it ain't. I can't support all of y'all.
This is all around the country, nigga. You ain't been to Cambodia, nigga. You wasn't.
I got an idea.
Nigga.
I got an idea, Rippick. Go work a 10 to 12 hour day, and then say, "Man, let me go see what movie's playing." Bitch, you going to sleep?
Please, nigga, you be taking
Snoring,
flight,
too.
nigga. Good, nigga. The fuck? I'm about to hear that shit, nigga.
Rippick, hold on. Rippick, hold on. No, because now I'm about to get on your black licorice ass.
If you can pop a melatonin, nigga, you can go pop a fucking drink from Starbucks, bitch.
All right, question from everybody in the room.
Uh-oh.
Just say yes or no. Does Red Pig act like he worked an 8-hour shift from doing a 3-hour long podcast?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know the nigga that can't talk for 3 hours straight without going to sleep is telling me how a 10-hour workday supposed to go for me.
First of all, when I'm on the podcast, I put more work into it than you, bitch. You just sit there,
What
nigga.
are you talking about?
You just sit there and tell not funny jokes, nigga.
Oh my god.
Oh man. That's hate.
I'm fucking crack the back
Here- Hey, you know what's funny? He reading Scotty's comment. That's the funny part. Hey, look. Hey, y'all, let me.
Nigga, you reading a fucking cracker jack ass joke, nigga. You ain't that nigga no more, nigga.
Red Bay act like he want to kill himself after them comments said they don't want him on there no more.
It'd be 2 comments, man.
Red Bay act like he want to go retire after his second show because he's like, I don't know, I don't think they like me no more.
Hey, nigga, like me, I go on the podcast and I put in work. I put in some shoulder work, nigga, some elbow grease, nigga, into this shit,
elbow
nigga.
Grease.
I live and breathe movie guys, nigga. Yeah.
Look, man, you need this shit. I don't need this shit. You feel me? There's a difference between you and me. You need
what?
You need this shit. You need validation.
Well, you're right, because I am movie guys, nigga. Let's talk about it.
Nigga, me one time birthed you. What are you? I hate when you forget where the fuck you came from.
Yeah.
I hate when he do this one time. Don't he always do this? Like he always try to do.
And that's fine. And that's fine, nigga. I've surpassed you, nigga.
Oh shit!
In what manner?
I surpassed you, nigga. The movie guy. I watch more movies than you, nigga.
Never that. The day you don't use ChatGPT to make a review, maybe we can have a talk.
Oh no, nigga. I type my review.
Every review you put on Instagram, you got a new vocab word you ain't never seen in your life.
I type my review.
Oh man.
Facts.
Yeah. Nigga, my strongest subject is actually English, believe it or not. Nigga.
It's my strongest subject.
Contrary to popular belief.
Yeah, we know you slept during hygiene.
Can we talk
and everything else.
about? Oh, Peggy had a tripod at the movies.
Oh, you talking about how I record my reviews? I actually just take my phone, I record an interesting part of the movie, and yeah.
We spoiling.
Niggas is stupid.
And he definitely be recording the twist at the fucking movie to put on his Instagram story.
I don't record the twist. The twist, nigga. I don't record the twist.
All right, well, can we get Mafia's thoughts on Warfare before we finish up?
Oh, I thought he told us. I'm so sorry.
Yes, sir. So y'all pretty much covered a lot of what I wanted to say, but one thing that really hit with me with this movie is like the tension drawn. Like, I don't know about y'all, but when the movie first started and Guy was just sitting there with the sniper the whole time, I'm just like, man.
Oh yeah.
I think someone on the other side gonna snipe him dead in the head. It's just like it's bothering me because I'm nervous. So like, this gonna sound crazy. I know this movie got some good audio, and it's just kind of like a nerve-wracking feeling. Like when it didn't happen, it was a grenade. It was just like I could breathe a little bit now. And it's just like, well, shit. I thought someone was gonna get their fucking head taken off. And I really like how they did it. Like I know this is based on a true story about like movies or how you can have a movie set in a small area, and it just works. Like you didn't have to be in a battlefield. You didn't have to be going through some kind of building or anything. It's just a small house, but all this is happening and somehow they're surviving. Very gruesome graphics. It was gnarly seeing that guy's heart, but still, this was a pretty good movie. Like one time said, I probably won't see it again, but this was definitely memorable, and it definitely can get that little tense feeling in you. So I liked it. I'd give it a B+.
Fire. And before we get to Sinners, we're going to stay with you, Mafia, because we have one more film to review real quick.
Wait. Before you go. Has that nigga Doc spoken this podcast, nigga? Has he seen any movies?
Yeah, he didn't talk about Sinners, but he's been.
He's talking about Matrix for a little bit.
Okay,
You know
nigga.
what I'm saying?
Okay. Making
Don't
sure you
worry about
earn your little movie guy role tonight, nigga. Yeah. All right.
He's not a fucking movie guy. I don't even
now, yo.
all over again. He's not a movie guy.
Come on,
He is
bro,
on
come
the
on.
Movie Guys podcast. Next topic.
He got
What is
a
up with
temporary
Red
role.
Bank just shooting at niggas for no reason?
Bro,
Say him, bro. What is going on?
You know when it's a full moon, bisexual niggas get active. I don't know what his problem is tonight. I'm just letting him
we just gave this nigga a visitor sticker. So okay, you got to be out by 12 o'clock tonight, nigga.
turn your badge in before you leave, nigga.
Right.
So what's the movie? What's the next movie? One time.
Okay, so this film is called The Amateur. It stars Rami Malek.
Oh, this fucking movie.
Rami Malek. He played. He was in that Queen movie. He played old buddy in the Queen movie.
He was in Until Dawn as well.
Yeah, Until Dawn. He was also in the last James Bond movie. He played the villain.
Fire.
But yeah, this movie, um, I'll give a synopsis real quick. It says Charlie Heller is a brilliant CIA decoder whose world comes crashing down when his wife dies in a London terrorist attack. When his supervisors refuse to take action, his intelligence becomes the ultimate weapon as he embarks on a dangerous trek across the globe to track down those responsible. So essentially, he's not like a CIA agent. He is a decoder. So he doesn't really have any combat skills. But because he feels like they're not helping to take down the people that killed his wife, he takes matters into his own hands and he essentially uses his skills to kill the people that killed his wife, basically. Mafia, what were your thoughts on The Amateur?
So the Amateur, it is a very average movie, in the way that it's 2 hours long, but it gets to the point of each scene. Like it never just drags on like a specific thing, like his wife dying. That doesn't drag. But the main problem I have with the movie is it just doesn't really ever get kind of exciting. Like it's just kind of like a kind of experience, because it's an interesting concept, taking someone like a just like a regular computer guy, and you're trying to put him on into a little scene where he's gonna have a battle with these criminals. But here's the thing in the movie: he's not good at it. So what do you do when you can't really fight? You can't shoot a fucking gun. He relies on his tech abilities, but even then, that's still not a guarantee for him. But let's see. One thing I will say about the movie goes back to what Alex said earlier. Lawrence Fishburne. The best part about this movie is his character. He starts out trying to train the guy, but that doesn't really work out, and he's ordered to kill him then. So for a good portion of the movie, he's being hunted by Lawrence, and he did a real good job in that role. But something that the movie made a bad choice, which kind of killed the kind of motion it had going, to say, without spoiling. But shoot.
I believe in you. You got it.
It's hard to say without spoiling it. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
So you just not gonna you just not gonna say that.
It's hard to say without spoiling it.
Fire.
I literally have to spoil. All I can say is, for a 2-hour movie, it is very average. The payoff is not worth what you get at the end.
How
Like,
is his
literally.
acting? Because he got one of those faces where, like, when I've seen him do stuff, his off-center, like, spacey look, I guess, kind of contributes to his characters that I've seen him play. Does he do well in this, like, concerned husband role, or?
I can believe he can't whoop nobody ass. Like, when you see him in the movie getting his ass whooped by this woman and everybody, it's like, you know what? He looked like the dude who would probably get his ass whooped by a woman. It's like, I can believe that.
Got you. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Got you.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna spoil, man.
Don't do it.
Oh,
Don't do
shit.
it. They already say they can't watch us for not spoiling. Don't do it.
Now Eroc's gonna
Yeah, don't spoil it. But Mafia,
Eroc's gonna stick a Chupacabra on you, spoil it. So don't do it.
what's your rating, Mafia?
I give this movie a solid D.
Damn, bro. I think he's given every movie except for Sinners and that one other movie a D this year so far.
I've given some movies C's and B's this year. Like a lot of those like little indie movies, like the Queen of the Ring, My Friend Zoe. What else? Movies like those, I gave those B's because those were good movies. Like if any of y'all go see The Amateur, y'all will probably fall asleep, except for maybe I think Alex will stay awake.
Now why I gotta stay awake for him getting his ass beat?
I
'Cause
feel
I'm a
like
romantic,
you'd be
'cause
intrigued
I'm a-
to see how the movie goes, but you'd be pissed at the payoff at the end of the movie.
Okay. I feel like they showed us a fucking payoff. He catches the nigga and then blows him up when he walks away.
See, that's what you think is gonna happen, Alex.
away.
That's what you think is gonna happen, but it's really the opposite. And it's just like, so wait a minute. You did all that other shit, but when you finally get to the guy who killed your wife,
No spoilers.
this is what you do?
There's also
What,
Last
you
of Us
kiss
2
him?
shit.
I was about to say that.
There's some Last of Us 2 shit. There's some Last of Us 2 shit.
Partially. It's partially that. You don't get the ass beat, you don't get the fight or none of that, but you get kind of like that Last of Us 2 ending.
I forgive you.
Not
I know
even
you
I
didn't
forgive
mean
you.
to
It's
kill
just
her.
that I just want you to feel like how my wife felt. And the dude's just like, what the fuck? Okay. Is that it? You killed all my people and you just want me to get on my knees for you.
Pause. Oh, he
Hey,
made him suck
yo.
his dick. I'm not gonna lie. If a nigga killed my wife and I said, "No, suck his dick till it's soft," that might be a good ending.
That would have been more interesting, but that didn't happen. It's just like,
What you think, Docs?
You just said
Huh?
if a nigga wife die, you tell a nigga that kill your wife to
Suck
suck
this
my
dick
dick.
till it's soft.
That is in fucking insane, nigga.
Now, keep in mind, you already said you think head ain't gonna help.
Nigga,
no, not from a man.
you just said you're replacing pussy with pussy. You're
Man loves
disgusting.
a
Whoa, I
man.
never told him to take his pants
Man
off.
loves a
It's
man.
next. It's obviously next. That's
Why are you singing the Empire song?
what can they say? What can they say? It's not enough.
Wow.
You hit it on the point. This movie is basically Last of Us with less interest in violence. Last of Us Part 2.
And H&M sweaters. It looked like he wore an H&M sweater the whole movie. I bet he did, huh?
Yeah,
Nah,
he
he
went
changed.
Banana Republic and was like,
Yeah,
deck
Banana
me out.
Republic, yeah.
Yeah, deck me out.
I fuck with Banana Republic, I ain't gonna lie. Well, D movie, anybody else see this dog shit?
No,
I
I was
saw
going
y'all
to, but I
didn't
didn't end up watching.
Then let's get to the movie of the year.
So yeah, let's
Movie
go ahead
of the
and
year
get into
contender.
Centers. Before we get into the reviews, I just want to do a quick synopsis for those that haven't seen it. So this movie, it has Michael B. Jordan playing twin brothers. They're from Mississippi, but they've been away in Chicago, and they finally come back home, which is where this movie starts. So it says, trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their Mississippi hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. Before we get into the reviews, a couple things. A, we not fucking spoiling. The movie just came out. A lot of people have not seen it yet. Please, no spoilers, y'all. Because they will never forgive us if we spoil it. Number two, we're gonna let Tyrek go first because he got some shit to take care of. So let's go ahead and get started with our reviews. Tyrek, are you ready?
What you got to do at 11 o'clock at night?
I gotta make a phone call.
Oh, all right.
All right, so I'm gonna give my score. This is a 10 out of 10. This is the best movie of the year so far. And if Michael B. Jordan does not get nominated for Best Actor, they need to burn the Oscars down to the fucking ground. This is probably his best performance that he's ever had. It's killed the Killmonger shit, which I kind of hate how people think that's his best role ever. And like it's not. This is gonna catapult him to a lot more. I feel like this is gonna elevate him to other roles going in the future. Where like he was always like I think that B-level action star. This might push him into the A tier. I hope it does because this kind of showed his range and him basically playing two characters in this movie. I didn't think he had like it's crazy because they're very similar in similar ways. The brothers because they're twins. Is that a spoiler?
No, that
okay.
No, that's a movie. That's not true.
They're very very similar, but they're very very different. And the movie kind of tells a story in colors. Like for example, Stack wears red and Smoke wears blue. And blue is a very common color, and you know that Smoke is like the more calm of the brothers, and then Stack wears red. He's more hot-headed, the more red like fires type, more boastful. And the movie does look like a lot of a story with the color grading, and there's other stuff in the movie like that are I would say not allegory something like that, but they did a good job of like just setting up. This movie's gonna have a lot of like YouTube breakdowns and going in the future where people are going to break down certain scenes that probably most people are not going to pick up on and kind of do like a video essay of breaking this movie down. Like the movie has a lot of hidden elements hidden throughout. But it's kind of hard not to talk about the movie without spoiling it. So I'm not gonna really touch on the plot. The basic, like Wonton kind of went over the basic outline of the plot, but the acting job from Haley Steinfeld, Michael B. Jordan, even to the supporting characters. What's the black lady's name? Jamie. Wow, what's her name? Let me go look it up. I think her name was Jamie.
Jamie Lawson.
Jamie Lawson, yeah, her character, and she didn't even play a big role, but it's like it reminded me of Oppenheimer when Oppenheimer, where they had all these characters, but they weren't really in the movie a lot of times, but you remembered them because everyone just did an excellent job at the role. That everyone kind of stood out. This is like this year's Oppenheimer for me, where everyone in this movie had their role and they executed it perfectly to a T. I don't think anyone had like a role. I'm like, damn, why was this person casted in this movie? Everyone did a great job. Some like shine more than others. Of course, Michael B. Jordan is going to shine more because he played two characters in the movie. But Sammy's character, I believe he's a relatively new actor. I don't know his name.
This is his debut. His name is Miles Canton.
Yeah, dog. He hit it out the fucking park. He played his role like perfectly, and you know what? You kind of say he's the main character of the movie, even though the movie doesn't really let you know that till the end. He's really is the main character of the movie. But this isn't like a Dracula movie. Don't expect that. It's nothing like Bram Stoker or Nosferatu. This is just a southern take on vampire horror. Vampire movies are my favorite type of horror movies. Bram Stoker is one of my favorite horror movies, along with Van Helsing. Even though that's not really a horror movie.
Real nigga back to back. Real nigga back to back. Go ahead. You continue.
But Interview with a Vampire, another great vampire movie. This is up there. This has made my top 5. Like, I gotta make the whole list and rank them. This is my top 5 like vampire movies ever. They did an excellent job, even portraying the vampires. Like they did it in such a unique way. It like they're definitely vampires, but it's like they did something to like with the eye colors, the claws, even the subtle ways of them showing the flight, because you don't really see them like assert their superhuman power so much, but the way they act, like the Scottish, I forgot the dude's name. I gotta go look it up. But the Irish guy,
Jack O'Connell,
Jack O'Connell, dog, he did such a phenomenal job. Just
I don't know about Jack.
They didn't really even. It's like they were vampires. You knew they were vampires, but they didn't really have to.
There was only one scene that you saw powers really.
Yeah, and they didn't need to do it. It just it was so well executed. Just
it was so subtle.
The way they were doing the Irish jig during one of the scenes, dog, that shit was like it just kept me hooked. And I love the parallels of them using like, you know, because it looks like this was Mississippi, so this is like Jim Crow era. And this is also a time where like the Irish like immigrants came over here too, and they were being treated horribly too. And you kind of see the parallels kind of drawn there. I'm not gonna get into it too deep because that's probably gonna require a lot more analysis and research. But there is a connection between the Irish plight here and then the black plight post Reconstruction with Jim Crow. And there is a connection there. So I do think people are kind of gonna make a lot of video essays about that. But I thought the movie was excellent. I didn't look at my phone once. Usually during these movies lately, they don't keep my attention. I don't think anyone talks in my theater at all. Like people were laughing. There's some points where you know they have some good jokes. But no, the people were locked in. You know, you could just tell the atmosphere of the movie. People are just everyone is like locked into the screen. And Warfare did the same thing, but Warfare was only 4 or 5 people in my theater, so it was kind of harder to tell if people were locked in or not. This theater was filled to the brim. Like there was not an empty seat. Even the handicap seats that no one ever picks in the front, those were like filled up. And you could just tell like the atmosphere was electric, but it was quiet at the same time. There wasn't people hooting and hollering, people weren't like screaming. It was just from beginning to end. Even though the first half of the movie doesn't have nothing much to do with the vampires, but the brothers coming back home and just hearing their story about their father and how they came back and why they came back and the reason why they came back. Because you know that the reason why they came back isn't the reason. Like basically they're trying to give off like, oh, we went to Chicago, we came back, and you know we made money out there. No, they kind of did some fucking fucked up shit up there, and they're coming back to kind of get away from the heat that were going on. So even that build up and was like excellent, because the vampire shit, when it happens like that. It happens in a snap, and then it kind of just takes the movie direct to the end. But it's and it's not predictable at all. This is not what a movie you could come in and like, oh, you could predict the ending, or you can oh, I know what's gonna happen. I was kind of just like, I was like, yo, what's the end game of the movie? And then once I got to the end of the movie, I was like, all right, that was really really unexpected. I do think Coochie sweaters are about to like take off again. I'm not going to explain why, but that shit about to take off. People are going to start wearing it again. If you go on eBay, people are going to start like selling that shit's about to start selling out again. But excellent movie. Ryan Coogler did an excellent job. This is his fourth film or fifth film. Yeah, he needs to be talked about more. I don't, other than Black Panther 2, I don't think he really has a miss. Him and Michael B. Jordan have a crazy symbiotic relationship. For some reason, he just brings the best out of him. And this is just an excellent movie overall. Cinematography, sound. Um, Watch this movie. Please go watch this movie. I know people complain there's no original movies in theaters anymore. This is an original movie. This deserves your time. This deserves your money. This deserves your concessions. Please go and watch this movie. Like this is the. I hope it wins the Academy Award. I don't think they are, but if this doesn't win something, something's wrong. But yeah, excellent movie.
Appreciate you, Tarek. Real quick, I'll give my quick thoughts because I don't have a lot to say, and I know a lot of us do. So I'll just give my quick thoughts. Jumping off of what Tarek said, a couple of things about this movie that jumped out to me. First thing, like he said, Ryan Coogler is underrated when it comes to filmmaking. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that he's been in the Marvel machine for almost 10 years now. So it's like easy to forget. This guy started with Fruitvale Station with Michael B. Jordan. If y'all haven't seen that movie, it's based on a true story, and it's a great fucking movie. That was his fucking debut, right? Then he comes out with Creed. Even though it's in the Rocky franchise, it's kind of almost treated as like a soft reboot. That movie, fucking, it's a great movie, and it spawned a great franchise, right? And then he makes Black Panther. So yeah, underrated filmmaker. This is finally his time to real. I feel like he's really getting his flowers, and that's dope. I can't wait to see what else he does. I can't wait to see what he does when he's done with Marvel, and he kind of can just do his own thing for the next few years. I think it's going to be great. But getting into this movie, like Tyrek said, this cast that he picked out, everybody is fucking great, man. Everybody is great. They literally found a kid who can sing his ass off, but can also act. And this is his first big acting role. Like they found a fucking needle in the haystack with this kid. He's fucking amazing. The kid that plays Sammy in the movie, he's great, bro. He sings
Y'all gonna
his
know.
ass
Y'all gonna
off.
remember that. Y'all gonna remember this nigga name. This nigga name is Miles Canton. Y'all gonna respect this nigga.
He could sing his ass off. And he does a great job in this movie with the performance. But then we also have, and forgive me, I'm forgetting her name, but let me see if I can look it up real quick. But the woman that plays Smoke's love interest, the one that he had a baby with.
You talking about Annie?
Is a Woonie Masako.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know her from Loki. That's where I first saw her. She was in Loki on Marvel. She's great in that show.
Well, you didn't love Lovecraft Country?
I don't remember her in that. I don't remember her being in that. I remember her being in Loki. She was great in fucking Loki. She's a great actress, and she carries that here. Great fucking actress in this movie. Michael B. Jordan acted his ass off. This is definitely his best role to date. Playing dual roles, and he plays them so differently that he gets credit for playing two different characters. Like, he didn't phone this in. You could tell he really put the work in with this shit. Great fucking performance. It's just really good. One thing I do want to mention about this movie that I love personally, especially with Ryan Coogler in general, the way that he treats music with his films is like really special to me. I kind of first encountered this because he did it with Creed, he did it with Fruitvale, but Black Panther. A lot of people will tell you that Black Panther is kind of mid, overrated, which I can see that, right? The movie itself, the story itself is really nothing crazy. But that movie has a couple things that are special to me, and one of those is the soundtrack. Black
Shout out to
Panther's
Ken.
Black Panther's soundtrack is one of the best soundtracks in the MCU. And as a black person, when they play those drums and those instruments, and they're showing you the scenery, and you see like a sea of black people, like that shit, it does something to me, right? It brings out emotion. And I said this earlier in the chat. I said I shed a couple tears with this movie, and one of the main reasons why is because of the music. In this movie specifically, the music is so great, the blues music. And I don't want to spoil, but there's a scene in this movie where Sammy performs at the club, and they kind of do this, like, they kind of weave like a history of black music. That shit was
Hey, wait! Don't say nothing else. I feel like nobody needs to know what happens. Don't continue, please, please. I think everybody needs to just be surprised by what happens, because that part takes into what how the movie begins with the power you use intersects with time type shit. So like, let niggas find out. Let niggas find out, please, please.
all I was gonna say is that scene brought out some emotions for me. Um, because music is very important to me. It always has been since I was a kid, and more specifically, black music and the history of black music. Um, is very big to me. In this movie, he shows so much love and appreciation to black music. And I feel like all his films, he shows love and appreciation in music. So it's very apparent. Um, but just to wrap up some of my thoughts, the horror aspect. This movie does a very good job of like I'll say this for the beginning of the movie, you always kind of forget that it's a horror. Right? I'm just kind of like me myself. I'm watching the movie. I'm just enjoying the story setup. I'm enjoying the characters that are being introduced, and then you get to a point in the movie where you're like, "Oh shit, yeah, this is a horror," and then like shit really pops off. This movie is just fucking well made. It's interesting from beginning to end. The horror aspect of this movie is done amazingly for a guy that's never made a horror film. It's fucking fire. It's one of the best horrors I've seen in probably the last 5 years. Um, the actor that he gets to play the villain does a fucking amazing job. This shit is just fire, bro. It's fucking fire. I saw it in IMAX. The fucking picture, the picture is changing and shifting in between scenes. Like this shit, it's like Red Pick said earlier, and I don't know if you guys heard it, but he said this movie reminded him why he loves movies. And that's a fact. Movies like these, like for me, it was stuff like Dune, Oppenheimer, Sinners is on that list. So watching this movie, it's like this is why I fucking love movies, bro. This is why I go to the theater for experiences like this.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to say too much because there's a lot on my mind. I just saw the movie hours ago. I know Alex and BT and everybody else will probably go into more detail, but just to wrap up, this movie, I'm not gonna lie, bro. As far as a rating, okay, I will say this: the movie to me, I can't think of any flaws. There are things that I would have liked to see more of, but I'm not knocking the movie for that, right? I would have liked.
That's a good way to put it.
I would have liked to see more of background on the vampires, where they come from, how this shit gets started. That's just me being curious, right? They introduced some Native Americans. I won't go into detail, but they introduced some Native Americans. I wanted to see a little bit more about them. I wanted to see them come back. We don't really get that. So that's just stuff that I personally wanted to see, but it's not necessarily hurting the movie, right? The movie is still great for what it is. And like I said, I can't think of any flaws. This is probably a 10 out of 10 movie, bro. I really I can't think of any flaws that would take it down from that, you know. Yeah, this is a great fucking movie. Definitely deserves to be seen in the theater. I will say that. And shout out to BT, man. BT, he's been streaming movies for a while. Even he was like, I gotta go see this in the theater, man.
Yes, sir.
It was worth it.
I had to.
You have to see this film in theaters while you can. But that's it. I'll leave it at that, and we'll probably get into some more discussions. Um, I really want to hear from. Well, first, how about this? Because Docs is a guest, and we haven't heard from him much. Let's get Docs' thoughts on the movie, and then we can go to BT because I know BT is our horror guy. Docs Brando, brother, what did you think about Sinners?
Immediately, this is the movie where it completely solidifies Ryan Coogler as a director. As a director, this shit right here was just amazing. I already knew going into the movie. I knew it was going to be good, but just based off of his history as a director and just the themes and what he was laying out. But once you really watch this movie, and this is a movie that's 2 hours and 17 minutes on the dot, and I did not feel like he wasted a single second on this movie. This shit is so amazing.
You don't
I
feel
think
that long either. Pause.
it don't, bro. Yo,
Y'all going
um,
crazy today.
but this film was just amazing. I do want to shout out Michael B. Jordan, but then I don't know if y'all seen the tweet. Nigga said he feels Jonathan Majors could have been one of the twins, and I can't unthink that after watching the film. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't
No.
I can't unthink it a little bit. I can't
He already
unthink
had
it,
the
but
wardrobe in his closet.
Fire.
but I'm going to continue. To continue, I think everything was sublime with this film. The writing, the direction, the cinematography, just like the way that during one of the epic scenes, the frame literally just changes and it becomes even more cinematic. Even early into the film, it felt like Ryan made the film seem like it was made older. He definitely had to
Why
put
don't I
some
know
type of
what
filter.
scene y'all talking about when y'all keep saying that?
What are you talking about?
Y'all keep saying there's a scene where the aspect ratio changes. I don't remember that happening.
Because you didn't watch it. You didn't watch it in IMAX.
Oh, okay.
It was literally never mind. We'll talk about it.
Never mind.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, IMAX was one of the best experiences to watch it in. Sound design, everything was sublime. Especially like this goes on to when I was here to talk about Alien Romulus, where like sometimes that silence really becomes deafening in a sense. But the music in here was excellent. That one scene we were talking about earlier, can we not as a spoiler, but can we applaud him for making one of the best one take scenes we've seen in many, many years? That was one take. There was not one cut at all. It just kept panning and panning and panning. Oh my goodness. I think Ryan Coogler he's one of the greatest directors in a sense that when he makes a movie and he wants to really dive deep into a culture or whatnot, his level of research and his level of trying to bring something authentic to it is second to none, in my opinion. That's what made Black Panther really cool. It never felt like it was phoned in. It never felt like he was just gonna make some niggas look like they got bones through their nose and shit. Like he made sure to really make shit respectable. And that was definitely was seen in how much homage and respect he has for the blues music as well as just black music in general. I think that again, to go on, vampires are such an interesting motif because they can be utilized in so many different ways and have been since their creation, since what like 1931, since Dracula, the film. You know what I'm saying? Black and white. Since then, we got so many different interpretations, so many different versions, so many different basically kind of species with it, especially when you count Nosferatu in a sense as well. And this within this film they bring a good version of it as well. I think there's some themes in there's a lot to pick on because it feels like you think it's about to be a film about cultural appropriation in a way, but it's kind of more to that in a sense, especially when we're talking about with the Irish community that went through some similar things, but once they accepted whiteness, that's a whole nother story. But I think it's just a overall interesting and just well done film. Like this is spectacular. This is a 10 out of 10 easy, 5 stars, whatever you want to say. I can't wait to watch this again. Shout out to all the performances by these actors. Shout out to that nigga Ludwig for the fucking score because oh my goodness,
He don't miss.
that nigga was cooking. That nigga was fucking cooking. Oh my god. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Also, still books and 4Ks are out, so
Already?
those
God
up.
damn.
Yep, Amazon and Walmart.
I might have to.
Hey man, oh BT, where you at?
It is. So, man, as Wonton said, I've been watching a lot of shit from home. Y'all know I said on the last pod, ain't really got money to be spending like that right now, but I made sure I got out to the movies to see this. We talked about concessions the other day. That cost me. I spent $45 at the movies, and I went to bed at 11:30 in the morning.
Hey,
$45.
question. You went by yourself?
Yeah, Dolo, 45 just for me. I got the slide. I got the little bacon sliders, a glizzy, and
Ooh. Okay, I see you.
Nigga said I was gay a little
Yes,
bit.
sir.
And fire.
Yeah, so first and foremost, I know obviously Wonton wanted to toss it to me because I'm the resident horror guy. That's my specialty. I want to say this is much deeper than a horror movie. This balanced a lot of different genres, a lot of different tones throughout. This is a historical drama. This is an action. This is a horror. This is a musical. Has comedic elements in there as well. For me, it was a mixture of, I don't know if y'all ever seen Crossroads. It was about a blues singer in Mississippi back in the day. This was a mixture From Dusk Till Dawn. I know y'all seen From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, that was a good one.
From Dusk Till Dawn, 30 Days a Night, and then some elements of Life, the movie Life as well, with the comedic elements and some of the characterizations of the people we see in the movie. So it was an amalgamation of a bunch of different genres, a bunch of different tones, and Ryan Coogler balanced it all phenomenally. It's a slow burn, but it doesn't feel slow at all. It doesn't feel slow at all. Like, I was hooked from the moment the movie started. From the moment Preacher Boy's in the car at the very start of the movie, the first frame of the movie, he's in the car. It's not a spoiler. Just he's in the car. I was immediately hooked. I loved how they stayed true to vampire lore throughout the movie. Like, they stayed true to the lore with the vampires from the point of being needed to be invited in, to garlic, wooden stakes, all that. They stayed true to it. Wonton, I'm very happy you brought up the music in this movie. The music was absolutely phenomenal, and it took me to he just recently did it. Coogler just recently did an interview with LeBron. And side note about Coogler, I love how in every interview he's so West Coast. He stayed true to who he is. There ain't no code switching, nothing. He's him wherever he goes. Every time you hear Ryan Coogler speaks, he's not trying to change his voice. He's not trying to act. He's Ryan Coogler, and I love that about him. But he had that interview with LeBron, and he's talking about Black Panther. And he talks about how the soundtrack came about. And he approached Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free and said, hey, I need a song for the movie. Can you make a song? I'm going to show you parts of the movie. Go make a song. It was only supposed to be one song. 3 weeks later, he goes to the studio. They have an entire album, which is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. It's up there with the Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack for me. The Bad Boys 2 soundtrack I love. The American Gangster soundtrack. Love it. But you talk about the music in this movie. One thing that I immediately took away, and I mentioned this to Alex earlier, and that one scene that Wonton's referring to. If y'all heard GNX, right? The GNX album, go listen to that record Reincarnated by Kendrick Lamar, and then go watch Miles's story and kind of his journey he took throughout, and then listen to that record and tell me thematically it's not beat for beat the same thing. I'm like, yo, he must have let this nigga see this movie earlier, showed him something, asking him to make a song for something.
You talking about with just the first verse?
The whole song.
The whole song?
All the way to the
Concept
third
of the
verse.
song,
If you
yeah.
think about the very beginning, when he's talking to his father, and then when he's performing at the juke, and then at the end of the movie where he says, when he gives his little speech about this is my fault, and then go listen to Reincarnated. I put that on as soon as I got on the call, because as I'm sitting in the movie, I'm like, oh my God. They immediately thought of Reincarnated by Kendrick Lamar, and got in the car and drove home, and I was like, yo, this is
tears
crazy.
in your eyes.
Yo, this is crazy because it matched it beat for beat. Just the whole, I don't want to spoil anything, but everything they were referring to about music and how the devil manifests itself through different artists and art forms throughout the years and all that type of stuff that they kind of touched on within the movie. Go listen to Reincarnated, especially that last verse, and then go back and think about Preacher Boy's journey throughout the entire movie. Phenomenal. It was, oh my God.
That's
just the way that tied
into
into
BT. I thought about that song too, watching that scene. I definitely thought about that song.
I was wondering, yes, because how they took it throughout. Whatever. I don't want to spoil nothing. I'm just so excited. I feel like we need to do a separate podcast just for spoilers to really dive into the movie. But that's besides the point. But yeah, after you see the movie, Go back and listen to Reincarnated, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Touching on the cast, Miles Canton. First of all, you guys already touched on an unknown actor. This is his theatrical debut. One thing I learned after the movie, he learned how to play guitar for this movie. He already knew how to sing. He learned how to play guitar.
That's fire.
Nigga, I would too. I would too if they saying you gonna be the lead of the.
That nigga cold as fuck, nigga. You couldn't even tell he just learned that bitch. Oh my god.
Facts.
Yeah, that was just his performance was phenomenal. Everybody in this, Delroy Lindo, shout out to my homegirl. I'm not gonna say her name on here because her name is I won't elaborate, but I'll connect with one of you on the side and tell you why I won't say her name. But that's her cousin, and I never believed her. She always, that's from Delroy Lindo. That's my cousin. That's my cousin. Until I seen physical evidence.
You talking about the nigga?
Yeah, Delroy Lindo, who played Slim.
Yeah,
that's her cousin. But he smoked it. Omar Miller as Cornbread, love to see him in the movie. Absolutely love to see him. Jamie Lawson was as Perline.
Oh my god, so nigga!
Fine,
the
boy.
moment she came on the screen, I said, "This is a beautiful woman, nigga. Like a woman, nigga."
Yes, she was. Oh my goodness. And then I want to touch on Jack O'Connell, who played the lead vampire in the movie.
Eden Lake.
Remick.
That was the name. Remick. He smoked that role as a villain. Jack O'Connell, last time I seen him in a movie was 17 years ago, 2008, Eden Lake with Michael Fassbender. I might have told y'all about Eden Lake before, but Eden Lake has one of my favorite, if not my favorite ending in movie history. Jack O'Connell was the lead villain in that movie, and he was unbelievable. He was phenomenal in that movie. So when he popped on screen, I was like, oh shit. Like, I did not expect him to see this in this movie because he's not a very well-known actor. He's overseas, does a lot of UK stuff, so you don't really see him over here, but he's a phenomenal actor. I please go watch Eden Lake. Just what a movie. Jack O'Connell was phenomenal in the movie, and then here he comes again with Sinners. Smokes the role. Eden Lake's one of my favorite horror thrillers of all time. This movie might go down as my favorite vampire movie of all time, but Michael Jordan. I'm not calling him Michael B. Jordan. He earned and he dropped the B. He is Michael Jordan. Listen, Michael Jordan, I'm sorry. I wasn't familiar with your game. I was very dismissive of his acting skills. Even in Black Panther, I thought Killmonger was very, very well written. I thought he was very well directed. I didn't think his performance was great. I didn't think his performance was all that. Like, I thought people hyped up the performance.
I feel like anybody could have done that role.
Not the performance. In this movie, he was phenomenal. Like, I genuinely cared for both the twins, for the Smokestack twins. Genuinely cared for every single character in this movie. They really made me. They really got you invested in the characters from the jump. The way they built everything up for the first hour of the movie was absolutely phenomenal. Like Wonton said, you forget it's a horror movie. I'm almost kind of mad that in the marketing they showed you that it was vampires, because if they could have had it from dusk till dawn type reveal that they dealing with vampires, I thought that would have been fire. Like in the theater.
But hey, look, I don't know if you remember this. Some niggas were pissed off about that. I don't know if you know that.
From dusk till dawn.
Yeah, some niggas were pissed off.
Yeah, people were wondering thinking they were going in for a Western. I don't care. It would have been a fire reveal. It would have been a fire reveal to show that there. But overall, I really can't complain about this movie. My one minor issue, and it was something that Wonton touched on, was I would have liked to get more backstory on the vampires themselves and kind of their journey and what they're doing there. And then also, I would love to see more on the Native American stuff. We don't know how this ended. We don't know where they can go with this, if this will become a franchise, an IP, whatever, if this is a one-off. I wouldn't be mad at a one-off, but I would not be mad if there was spin-offs as well, dealing how the Native Americans and what they dealt with as well. But Allegory Alex is here, so I'll let him dive into it. But just the themes.
LOL.
Listen,
real quick to add on to that, I think with the Native Americans, I think we just pass that as that magical shit that they think Native Americans just know about shit. I think that's what we were supposed to allude to. I don't think
we know because it was on his ass. They know.
Exactly. They know. Tapped into the spiritual.
Bro, he told her, he said, bitch, if that thing is in your house, there's nothing more we can do.
I love that. Yo, when he first got to the house and you see his body smoking, and listen, I only seen the original trailer. I saw it I think I went to go see, I think it was when I went to see Cuckoo that I first saw the trailer. So I didn't see any other trailers after that. I'm gonna go back and watch other trailers because I heard people say like, "Yo, I wish I never watched the second trailer," which I've never seen. So I'm gonna go back and watch and see why people said that. But when he's saying, "Hey, can you just come in? I need help," I'm like, "Do it!" Like y'all don't know. Like yo, I love how they vampire lore.
Of course, some crackers gonna let a cracker in the door. If he was a nigga, it'd been a whole different story.
Yeah, I just love that. I love how the third act kind of kicks off and that whole thing kicks off. It kind of ties back into don't invite them in and all that type of thing, and how that eventually comes to fruition. With some of the Asian characters too, I enjoyed them in the movie. They were good. I didn't expect to see that. They were cool. But yeah, amazing movie. I'm gonna say this is the first time that I've seen a movie since 2022 that immediately after I finished it, I said this is gonna be one of my favorite movies of all time. The last movie that I seen that made me say this is one of my favorite movies I've ever seen was Everything Everywhere All at Once. So it's been since 2022. I haven't seen a movie that jumped out and said, yo, this is one of my favorite movies of all time since Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's been 3 years. This is my best movie of the year easily this year. Would have been my best movie of the year last year. Would have been my best movie of the year in 2023. And in 2022, it would have went band for band with Everything Everywhere All at Once. And it probably would have edged it out just because support black art. Phenomenal movie. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Unbelievable. Everybody go see that except for E-Rock. Fuck you. Stay home. Everybody else go see the movie. This was unbelievable. Alex, I can't wait to hear you dig into the allegories. Not just about cultural appropriation, but I feel like there was also some stuff there around abandoning your culture in an effort to assimilate with others.
You think I can relate to?
Like there was some themes there around that, but I know you're gonna get into your bag with that. So I'm gonna leave it to you.
Nigga want me to speak on the biracial struggle.
I loved it. Listen, I didn't know Haley Stanfield was black. I did not know that.
You couldn't tell by the way she said, "Boy, get the fuck out of my face." You couldn't tell when she said that.
I just thought she was black. 1/8 black. She said her. Because I read about it. She said her
granddaddy was half black.
Her granddad is half.
Hey, back in them days, that's all you needed. That one drop rule back in them days. She don't even need 50 and half and half.
And that dress was hugging on her when she walked away from smoke. I said, "No, she got the wagon on her."
I never thought she was attracted to watch this movie. So I watched this movie, especially at the end of the movie. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. But I was like, damn. Hey, she had them little hoop earrings in and shit. Hey,
apparently that's real life shit. And I was joking to my friend in the car, like, she might really be on some Logic shit. And guess what? She is.
Hey, because back in them days, 1/8 was all it took. They had that one drop rule back in the days. You was tainted. She ain't even need to be 50%.
That is some good oat milk, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
That's one of the funniest scenes in the movie. That nigga said maybe she is, but
there was some funny moments in this movie. Really funny moments. A lot of them provided by Delroy Lindo, Slim. He was great. Again, there's nothing bad I can say about this movie. Just things that I wish I would have saw more of, like Wonton said. Phenomenal. This is one of my favorite movies. This is right when we talking since 2020. So best movies of the decade so far. This is top 3 for sure. Top 3.
I'm not against this agenda.
But I'm gonna let somebody else. I'm pass the ball. Whoever
tag me in
because I'll ramble on all day and I'll start spoiling shit and we'll get in trouble. It's just
tag me in. So I wrote notes like earlier today, so this might be scrambled. I was kind of just speaking.
That's one thing I forgot to say. This is the first time a movie that I've seen in a movie theater made me stop and take notes in my phone. I told Alex that earlier. Halfway through the movie, I took my phone out. I'm like, yo, I got to start writing shit down because I want to make sure when I pull up to movie guys, I got all my thoughts together and I'm just not scatterbrained all over the place. I had to take notes.
Let me just start with what did you rate it? 10 out of 10?
Easily.
Okay. Let me just start with this. I'm going to give Wonton and I some bail. This movie, Ryan Coogler basically makes this movie, he gives y'all the hat that Wonton and I wear naturally. When y'all call us pretentious, when y'all say that we're allegory, aardvarks, when we put 2 to 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7 meanings to like one sentence or one scene, Ryan Coogler, y'all should thank him. He's essentially woven this story so well that you're gonna walk away feeling like, yo, that shit was deep, and me and Wonton will be like, Yeah, nigga, this is shit we be talking about when we go see movies, but y'all say that we doing too much.
Like, I
Like,
said, there's gonna be a lot of video
Just for the
essays about
record,
this movie.
I never
Yeah.
say you do too much. I just allow.
oh no,
you
it's
to
not
get
you,
a
not
good
you.
bag.
But there's people that watch the movie, guys, that the running
They know
joke
who
is
they
that
are.
the running joke is that, man, I shouldn't have to do calculus to understand a story. No, fear not, my friends, fret not. He actually is gonna hold your hand and show you because of good storytelling and good writing. Let me just start with that. So I start off with underlying meaning. So yes, to speak about the underlying meanings is a spoiler of the story, so I don't want to rip that from you all. There's a scene that the one that Doc said to not speak on. So when I went to the movies, my mom and dad like walked up on me. I was like, "What the hell?" Because I thought some old lady was trying to attack me, or not old lady. I thought this woman was trying to tackle me. My mom like ran up on me, gave me a hug. I was like, "Yo, what's up? What y'all just gonna see?" And she was like, "Sinners, of course." And my dad was like, "Bro, there is a scene." I was like, "What made you cry?" He's like, "I ain't gonna say I cried," but he was like, "I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but there's a scene that you and I need to speak about." And that's the scene. I haven't spoke to my dad yet about it, but I'm pretty sure that's the scene he's talking about.
Yep.
That scene, the same way that Wonton said in Black Panther, and you hear the type of drums, and you see the bunch of black people in white, and all. Ryan Coogler has again, even though I didn't like the Black Panther movie that much, he is effortlessly pulling those like at our heartstrings of what the essence of being black. Like he was able to do that in that scene where I said out loud in the movie, I said, "What the fuck?" Like this nigga is bugging right now. Like, and it was so naturally done.
Naturally done. Hey, again, one take for the most part. Until that last bit, it was one take. The camera didn't move.
This scene was like that picture of Dwayne Wade and LeBron doing that dunk, and he was doing the arm spread out running away. That's what this scene was. Like, and not only that, but paired with the singing and all of that. We all have the picture painting of the black people dancing in the sock hop on somebody's wall in their auntie crib. This nigga recreated that in this film. Literally, like the woman had the blue dress on stage dancing while people was in the background. Like the nigga literally verbatim took that painting. That is the essence of what this scene felt like. And I'm not gonna this isn't a spoiler, but just to give an example. In that scene where they're dancing and having a good time and shit like that, in the trailer, I'm not spoiling it. In the trailer, the three white people that's standing outside the barn just staring at them. There is a scene, and I want to bring this up to let y'all know that to BT and Wonton's point that there's going to be deep dives on this probably for the rest of the year until the award show. In that scene, there's a portion where you just see people dancing in a burning house. And that alone, showing the black happiness, and imagine the house is an allegory for the world, for the state of niggas is worried about Jim Crow, and these niggas are in a house dancing and having a good time because they've been working in the fields all day. So that's how deep the imagery gets, to where the white people outside, they see a burning house to the ground. Like, what is there to celebrate? You've already lost everything. There's nothing you're building from, and yet you're making joy out of peril. Like it's little shit like that where if you're black, or I don't even want to say if you're black, but it's little shit like that where from experience and generational experiences, some of those scenes are gonna hit you like a fucking truck, and it's gonna just make sense without any other words. That scene didn't have any words. It was just people looking at something. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm gonna say on that. Underlying meanings with music and culture. We could have a spoiler cast eventually, maybe next week or something, but
please do, Wonton.
It's like the language, it's oh my god, it's just very, very well done. Y'all spoke on, so I'm not gonna beat a dead horse.
Real quick to add on to that, I think it's about being so connected to your culture and not having it remove, like the quote unquote villain did. But that, I know I'm not trying to get deep on that, but like he's envious of that tide and how it's still like from what we're talking about 300 years later and they're still connected type shit.
Oh, I'm gonna get to that. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that.
I kind of alluded to that, but I was gonna leave Alex to explain on it. But I agree. I know where you're going.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. And another thing, off rip, what's annoying me, because I didn't respect Ryan Coogler to y'all point. When I heard his name, I said, okay, Black Panther guy. I don't give a fuck other than that. What kind of annoyed me a little bit is because I know, and it's well deserved. This movie is really good. But y'all are gonna give him the credit and the patience that y'all do not give Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele, every time I see one of his fucking films, I know. Jordan Peele does this shit with 3 or 4, and he's gonna do it again. When the movie Him comes out with the football, I just watched a trailer for Him today earlier. He's gonna do it. Okay. His name is attached to it. Whatever the fuck. Take off Him. Us, Nope. Get Out was easy. It was literally
on Us and Nope in the same breath as
this movie is on a totally different level, nigga. What the fuck?
I'm look.
Us and Nope in this conversation.
What I'm saying is whether
I ain't gonna hold you. Respect no.
Fam, what I'm saying is every time I see Jordan Peele's film, I come away saying, bro, did y'all not see the 5 to 6 underlying meanings of black experience? And he's literally telling you without saying, hey, take this medicine. He's showing us through the storytelling and the imagery. But y'all don't give a fuck because y'all think it's not scary or I'm scratching my little nuts in the head and it doesn't make sense. That's why I said Ryan Coogler made it so fucking obvious you would have to literally be on your phone and not pay attention to understand it. And even the dialogue is damn near... Not even damn near. There's dialogue in here telling you exactly what's going on. Literally to the point where the villain says, I'm gonna take this and take that because I need to give it to my people. That's how simple he breaks it down. But Jordan Peele does this. That's why I go hard for him. Not saying he makes the best movies of all time, but with Ryan Coogler, yes, I'm glad that he knocked this out the park. But we need to give respect for Jordan Peele also doing that shit. That's what annoys me. No. Because yes, that annoys me because y'all niggas y'all take the Joe Budden joke of, oh, he got you with that little the trailer music where he flips an old song and makes it a scary version of it. I hate that y'all do that because y'all go into it.
No Jordan Peele movie is better than this movie. Not even close, nigga.
Look at what you're making a strawman argument. You're conflating my point. You're conflating my point. I did not say the quality. I said he does the same shit. Y'all just don't give him credit for it. Listen to what I said before you just try to have an argument.
But not at this level, nigga.
Listen to what I said before you have an argument. Let that simmer on you for a minute.
Alex, I think Jordan Peele gets more than enough credit. If anything, he gets too much credit.
Too much credit.
No. From the general sense of people watching movies are black people. Black people do not fuck with Jordan Peele.
That's not true.
What? That's not true at all.
I only ever hear black people saying they don't give a fuck about Jordan Peele movies and they not seeing another one. He not gonna trick me again.
Okay, that's because the movie was
after Nope.
Well, it wasn't that good. Yeah, Nope wasn't that good.
Yeah, Nope was a good man. Y'all just say y'all and one time, but you don't like First Encounter movie. Say Nope was bad. Come on, bro. Like anyway,
listen.
I never said Nope for us was bad. They're just not as good as you make them out to be. They're okay.
Wait, hold on.
I think Nope is better than some niggas give credit for.
Nope and Us is okay.
Nope is better than okay.
I'm gonna sip my wine while y'all argue.
They hating on. But I'm gonna be real. Sinners is a way better than.
But why are you okay? Y'all are making a point that I'm not making. I didn't say compare the quality.
Jordan Peele deserves credit for talking about the black experience in his films the same way that.
That's all I'm saying because when I leave Jordan Peele movies,
real quick, Alex, to their point, there has definitely been an after impact from Get Out that is definitely like. For better or for worse, it's Poole's like touch in a sense, just like how we talk about like certain rappers with Eminem type shit, where it's like you could tell the impact and who's influenced him. Because like there was a whole bunch of shit that came out, and it's immediately like, oh, these niggas definitely trying to get it off the Get Out bag. You know what I'm saying? So like he does get his credits, he does get his flowers.
No,
you know what I'm saying. Now, do you think the demographic he's trying to
within the movie guys? That's why
I'm more so speaking to not only just the movie guys, but
speak on all niggas though. You can't speak on all niggas.
I'm speaking. Okay, obviously I can't make a consensual conversation of every black. Name every black person right now. I'm not doing that. I'm saying on the movie guys. When the other pundits talk about movies, the other media outlets we listen to, even the niggas on web, every time Jordan Peele is brought up, nobody is giving him credit for what he tries to do. I'm not saying that, well, the fact that he tried, you should give it credit and love it. I'm not saying that. I said was right.
I'm saying you're not looking for the information that you're looking for, because I've definitely seen people break down his shit and give him high praise. Praise. So like, I feel like you're only.
How about this? Whatever subreddit you want, cool. Whatever subreddit you want, cool. Let me speak to the niggas.
Subreddit.
Let me speak to the. Okay. You're new here. Everybody that we talk to about movies all the time, I am the only one defending this nigga's way he tries to tell the story and the shit he goes into. Like I said, I'm not speaking for all black people, but this whole community is full of black people and gaming addict. And every time Jordan Peele comes up, all you niggas get annoyed and say, I'm sick of this nigga shit, and you can't just say black people. That's what y'all say every time this nigga make a movie. Every time y'all see a trailer, y'all.
He knows like me and him are on the same team, right? I'm trying to help him. Like, relax a bit.
I'm not.
I'm on this team.
I'm not saying you're against me. I'm just speaking to the people. The people that know I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to y'all.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Nigga, turn
but anyway,
I will say this, Alex, just since we talking about the deal.
That's what I'm saying. You new here, but I be. This is a consistent argument I've had for going on 2 years now about Jordan Peele. And it's
Alex, Jordan Peele is coming out with a movie next year that he's directing. This is last fucking chance. If
definitely is
bullshit with a fucking monkey and a bed sheet in the air, I'm on his ass forever.
Okay.
He got one fucking chance.
Like I said, he's not above criticism. He's not above criticism. The only thing I'm arguing.
They didn't respect spectacle. They didn't respect spectacle.
The only thing I'm arguing is that when I get into detail about, well, did y'all notice that he said this and did this and did this? People like, that don't make sense to me. I didn't notice that. I'm like, well, you can't take that from him. I mean, if you didn't get it, you didn't get it. But don't act like he didn't throw it in there.
Nope literally opens up with the first film footage was a black man on a horse. Like they did they shit. They doing their shit. They I get it. Yeah.
Alex, can I ask you something though?
What's up?
Can people? Is it possible that people are fully well aware of what he's trying to say and can appreciate the message he's trying to send while not enjoying the movie?
No, people that I speak to, when I tell them the motifs and the stuff that he's doing off in the script, it's the first time they're hearing it. And because they didn't pick that up, they think I'm bullshitting and they think that I'm trying to think I'm trying to pull something out. They think I'm trying to make gold out of silver ingots. Like, I'm like, bro, this is literally why this was in the movie. Prime example. Hey, why was that monkey in the movie? I've explained why the fucking monkey is in the movie 10 times, and niggas walk away and be like, man, that bullshit. I'm like, what? You asked
That's fact, though. That's literally
fact. I tell you why the monkey in the movie, and then you be like, nah, that don't make sense. Okay, cool. I told you why the monkey was in the movie.
I get the monkey,
but anyway,
it was just kind of stupid.
Yeah, it was stupid.
I mean, like I said,
I thought that.
Like I said,
that was actually my favorite sequence in Nope when the monkey did that.
That
was probably my favorite sequence in the movie.
Monkey.
My only point of bringing him up, because this is a Ryan Coogler. We got to focus on Ryan Coogler. I'm only bringing up Jordan Peele because we don't have a ton of black directors. 1, and 2, I do think that people overlook when he tries to give us like tips here and there about like, bro, I'm speaking deeper than just a quote unquote scary movie. I'm really trying to make this shit because and this is what I always say as well. You may not love Jordan Peele's movie, but he's doing something different, which is why I think this Ryan Coogler film is so amazing, because I tell you all the time, I don't give a fuck about vampires. The moment that I find out that there's vampires, I'm like, oh my God, I'm sick of vampires and wolves. The only reason I like Nosferatu is because he gave me a change of perspective. I didn't like the voyage to Demeter.
What the fuck did you argue with me about Nosferatu, nigga?
LOL. The reason I didn't like Voyage to Demeter is because once I realized, oh, this is vampire. Oh, okay, cool. This is drag.
Well,
okay,
how did you not know that?
Because I wasn't well read on Demeter, nigga. I didn't know about that. So when I found out, no, I always go and
watch a trailer.
No, I purposely will not watch a trailer. But anyway,
but Alex, you watched some vampire movies beforehand, right?
Yes.
You watched Dracula movies beforehand, right?
Yes.
Demeter has popped up in almost every Dracula movie, almost ever, right?
Okay.
So where's the disconnect?
Gotta cut him some slack.
I'm not. No, I'm just because I'm watching a vampire movie in 2008 doesn't mean in 2024 or 23. I'm like, wait a minute. I remember a boat named Demeter. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about Dracula. If I'm watching a scary movie and it's vampires, I'm like, all right, we're doing a vampire thing. Cool. I'm just saying on a general basis, I don't get see wolves and vampires and get excited. I'm not that guy. I'm not even the nigga that loves Jason. I don't love Michael Myers. I don't really give a fuck about
clown, though. You fuck with all the clown.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I fuck with like Terrifier. I fuck with that. It's something different. Jeepers Creepers, even though he's like a demon bat, I fuck with that. Like,
he's a human.
Jeepers Creepers is not a human.
Yes, so the director said originally the creeper is a person who had something bad happen to him to where he became the creeper. So originally he was a human.
They called a nigga demon bat in the movie, but if you want to go back and say, well, actually, it's the mailman
that's
Tom.
what the characters
cool.
are assuming though. In universe, they're assuming, well, this is a demon bat, but the director said
as a viewer of the movie, seeing a nigga with wings and he come out at like cool. But anyway, yes, I've said on this podcast a million times, I do not fuck with vampire movies. But what he did for me this movie is that he took the blood sucking aspect. He made it a theme. He made it about culture. He made it about music. He made it about this. He made it about that. So that's what made me give this movie like, all right, bet. If you're gonna do vampires, at least give me something different.
It in a unique way. Fire.
He did it in a unique way, and that's why I'm giving him a lot of credit for this. Because the moment that Sinner's trailer dropped, I was like, ooh, what's this shit? I literally was like, whoa, because all I was seeing in the trailer was he was trying to eat some cocaine. He's trying to roll that up. He's shooting a Tommy gun, this and that. I'm like, what the fuck? It wasn't until I saw the nigga with fangs where I'm like, oh, they're vampires. Okay. And I immediately was just like, I guess, I didn't know they were going to go this route with it. When it comes to the acting, everyone acted their ass off.
By the way, Alex.
You said what?
I had that same reaction when I first seen the trailer during Cuckoo.
Oh, yeah. The acting, everyone acted their ass off. The humor, this was some of the most natural humor I've seen since
The Blackening.
No, that humor wasn't even, that shit was manufactured. They only had one scene in The Blackening that was funny. There was, I can't even think of a movie that has made me just genuinely laugh off of black humor and dynamic in maybe since Django. Like, I have not seen just the way these characters
back to life. That's what made me call back to life.
Yes. Or the Sidney Poitier movies, like, or, what'd you say?
I said that's what made me call back to life, because the comedic moments in this movie immediately just were reminiscent of life, how natural it was and just how authentic it felt.
Right. This humor is almost feels like there is no script. It's either there's no script, or he allowed these characters to say, this is what I want you to say, but just say it how you want to say it. The standout actor in this entire film is a toss-up. No, it's not a toss-up. Delroy Lindo is the standout performance to me in this film. Not only did this nigga have me laughing the entire film, the one time I almost cried was with him. There was a scene where he was given a context about how he knew some characters. The nigga stood up and said, hey, slow down. Told some people to hold their head. And then spoke about
that life shit, by the way. That's the man. And
then spoke about how they got caught up with this and that. And in doing so, you seeing Sammy like realize like, damn, I didn't even like, I knew it was bad, but when he found out, they chopped your manhood off and this and that. Smoke and Stack, they were veterans in war, so they used to shoot niggas, killing niggas. They've seen the horrors. Sammy is hearing this from a nigga that's like, I know you from music. I didn't even imagine a world that you could also have such pain with you. So he's in real time seeing mature black male pain. And in doing so, Delroy, what's his name in the film? Slim. Slim starts like, he chokes up and starts just like humming to himself. He's like holding back the tears. And that's when you see the click for blues. That's when you see this is where the fuck blues originates from. It's taking that pain and realizing like, I need to transfer this somehow. I need to sing
about it.
Went
right into the guitar.
Well, he actually didn't. He was going to, because he took a minute to, he never actually played. By the time he was going to play, Slim said,
Oh yeah,
I don't think he played. No, he didn't, because by the time he was about
guitar,
to,
but he didn't actually play it.
Yeah, by the time he did, Slim said because he missed the moment. But when you watch this film, watch that man. That was some of the most powerful shit I saw in the movie. Transferring that trauma to humming, to holding tears back, to damn near finding a song and the words as he's saying it. I was like, wow. I'm like, this nigga's acting his ass off right now, because I felt that. I really felt that. So Delroy Lindo is gonna be the reason I watch this movie again, bar none. Even when they first met the nigga, he said, nigga, you ain't paying me $20 for show. I know that show. Like, everything he said was funny to me. I like this nigga. Cinematography was fine. The accents were believable. I did have to get used to,
Cinematography was fine.
Yeah, the cinematography was fine.
He didn't see it in IMAX. You gotta remember.
Yeah, I mean, it was
3D.
When I say cinema,
fucking idiot.
yeah, I saw.
Oh my
Yo,
god.
y'all are stupid for believing me that I said I saw it in 3D.
You saw it in
Fucking
3D.
idiot. Oh my
I
god.
didn't see it in 3D. Yeah, I saw it in 4D. I went and saw Sinners in 4D. The accents were believable, which I think contributed to some of the comedy. The only accents, ironically enough, that I had to get used to was Michael B. Jordan. I really had to get to that nigga going, come on, y'all, you know, like I could just look at him and hear the gold teeth. I was like, okay, I had to get used to it.
Chill, that was anti-black. Chill,
That's
that was
what y'all talking
anti-black.
Arkansas.
Nah,
Hey,
Yeah,
crazy enough, I got somebody that's from the deep south, and he literally texted me said, "Bro, what was Michael B. Jordan doing?" I was like, "Hey, man,
I'm
chill
telling
on,
you, it
dude."
was exaggerated. There were points where I'm like, okay, he definitely practices in the mirror, but it's just not hidden. But like I said, it wasn't bad.
We cousins.
Yeah, that's the line.
Yeah. Fuck
I'm
outta
like, but okay,
That was
so
a
I
better
talked to,
line than "Hey, auntie."
Hey, I just thought of,
here. Hey,
hey,
auntie.
hey, I was thinking about it. Are these niggas? These niggas got so much money. These niggas sharing like gold fronts. One got the other side. Really think
I
about
didn't
their
even know
teeth. Think about
I
their
didn't.
teeth. One got the left side. One got the right side.
Mhm.
I
Side note, Alex and Wonton, a question real quick. Why does every Alex review devolve into an argument about shit that has nothing to do with the movie?
like what? Like what?
Bro, we went on a whole 15-minute tangent arguing about a whole different director, a whole different set of filmography.
Because movie guys, and it's a lifestyle.
Turns into an argument.
It's a lifestyle. Because all this shit matters. All this shit matters.
We're not
already
saying
talked about
podcasting. It's good podcasting. It makes for great, great YouTube.
Right. So I already talked about Vampire's originality. Nosferatu gave me perspective. Sinners gave me a different concept. I owe Michael B. Jordan an apology. I do think he's a corny actor, only because I feel like his roles don't, from what I've seen, I feel like he never really does anything that I don't think anybody else could have done. But he did well. He did really well in this film. He didn't rely on his muscles and face card to swoon all the people in the audience. I feel like I saw the sadness. I mean, the crying scene, I was like, give me some more, give me more, give me more, because I just saw Delroy kind of put on a clinic of how to assert a male dominant like cry. It was weird, but I was like, okay, cool. This was a horny movie. I saw the review. Somebody, this is horny. Let me take that back. This wasn't horny. I don't like the fact. Okay, let me say this.
Hot and horny.
Why? Yeah. Why is it that? And I'm not gonna make this racial, but I'm gonna make it racial. When I see white movies have sex, the word sexy is involved. I've never seen a white movie, because how many scary movies have we seen where there's a random sex scene for no reason?
That's almost prototypical. That's in the contract.
It's expected. It's expected. But now that there's like 3 sex scenes in this movie, and it's not even anything graphic. It's literally humping. Or because she grabbed his dick.
Dude, box.
And he was giving her
work. But what I'm saying
on the button.
Okay, but what I'm saying is I've seen actual penis in vagina insertion in Netflix movies. I've actually seen titties in other movies. We didn't see no titties. We didn't see no ass. We didn't see no male penis. Like, I feel like because it's black folk, they gonna say, "Oh, this is dirty, hot, and horny." Like, it's not. Like the nigga.
If you search Sinners on Twitter, because I did that as soon as I got out the theater and got home, a lot of people, like a lot of the reviewers and shit, that were just giving their quotes like, "Oh, suspenseful." I did see the word "sexy" used on multiple occasions. I will say that.
I saw an entire article saying this is a horny movie, and so I went into it the first time that I saw some sexual interaction. I said, "Okay, so we about to like have some sex, nigga." He pulled his dungarees down and did, and then the scene ended. I'm like, bitch, I was already had my lube out. So I don't know. Maybe that's just something I was thinking about, because I'm just like, why are they making this seem like it's True Blood? Like it's the True Blood of, because True Blood was actually like vampires but a lot of sex. That makes sense to call that horny.
No, pure fuckery.
Yeah, this was not a horny movie. It was like people that were in love, my nigga. Like, so we got to be horny because they love each other. And it wasn't just straight sex. This was some very tumultuous relationships. You had one woman that felt abandoned. You had another woman that he damn near he can't even admit to the fact of how much I love you. Like
Let me see how
I
that
don't.
played out.
And
Yeah.
then you have Perline's cheating ass.
Yeah, and I don't even think she was married for.
Oh,
I think she just wanted to see if he was gonna keep trying.
She for sure. She left her nigga at home.
Oh, that fucking bitch. That fucking bitch.
hey, nah, that nigga preacher boy turns her ass out. She starts singing her ass up, nigga.
Yeah, yo, he found the button. He said he found
He
he
gave
found the
her
button.
that word. She gave her that word.
Now,
She started singing. Then she got man. Okay. Now that goes down because she was crawling, going crazy on the stage. I ain't go. Yeah,
now what I will say to wrap up my review.
please.
This nigga said please. For this to be a scary movie, there was only one creepy part in the whole movie, but it was a really good creepy part.
Can you allude to the part you're referring to?
Well, I'm about to say what it was. There's a part of the movie where they were dancing in a circle, but before you realize that's what they're doing, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. There's a scene where they look out the barn and they say, "What are they doing over there?" And you just see bodies moving. Now, maybe y'all understood what they was doing, but I stared at that screen for 3 to 4 seconds and I'm like, "What the fuck are they doing?" Like, it was so unsettling because I see bodies moving and I see motion and they're jumping, but that does not look like dancing, my nigga. Like, it was like rag dolls, and that shit creeped me the fuck.
You've never seen white people dance before?
No, but it's different, bro. When they were dancing in a circle and doing the jig and Irish shit like that. But what I'm saying is, when we watch it again, because we should do this on a movie night.
They was moving weird. Like, it didn't look like
because that's what I'm saying. That, to me, that's when we saw the first demonic seance of like, no, these are possessed demons now. Like, these aren't just people that are consciously like, oh, I'm a vampire. No, when it zoomed in. And then you saw some uniformity. The dance moves were still weird, but you saw some dancing. That first 5 seconds where they was like, yo, what are they doing over there? Bro, that scene that is what stuck with me. Like, if I saw that shit in my neighborhood down the street, nigga, I'm telling you, I just might die just to do it. Cause that is creepy as fuck. Yeah, and the color grading in this movie was amazing. Last thing I'm gonna say, the scene where Preacher Boy's talking to his father in the church in the very beginning of the movie when he gets his guitar and he says, "I'm about to go do what I got to do. I've been working in the field all day." The skin tone on his dad with the shadow on the left side of his face, that deep black skin to me is so beautiful on any person. Like when I see movies and the color graders like pull out that purple and those blues and black skin, I think is beautiful. And that deep shadow on his father's face, it was, as a photographer, I was so impressed. They basically probably had a V-flat where they shined light to the right side of his face and had a black poster to his right to where it ate up the light to give him a shadow there. But that scene of his father, half of his face is pitch black and the other side is the glossy skin because the church is wide open with doors and windows. The church had no doors. It was like a shotgun house. Beautiful. So
I thought you were about to say something so crazy when you brought up his dad. I ain't gonna hold you. I thought you were about to say crispity, crackety. I thought you were about to say something wild. But yeah, no, you brought up very good points. Go ahead, continue.
But yeah, this movie is a 10 out of 10. We'll see again. I laughed the entire movie. I damn near cried at multiple points. The nigga showed his ass. This is one of them situations where y'all ever hear, this is probably his damn. Like, this is his Kendrick Lamar's damn. Like, this is gonna be the commercial success. This is gonna be what we tout as like top 2, not 2. Like, I'm honestly wondering where he's gonna go after this.
Yo, it's crazy you bring up Kendrick because when I like I told you, I listened to that, especially with Preacher Boy's arc and thematically where his character goes throughout the movie, it ties directly into that Reincarnated record. But Ryan Coogler is kind of the Kendrick Lamar of the fucking cinema right now. When it comes to just
so Jordan Peele is J. Cole?
He does on the screen. In the stories he tells.
Okay. Wait, hold on.
He's a big booty dyke.
Alex, that would be disrespecting Jordan Peele, by the way. Don't do that to him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you dissing.
That would destroy your point because you're saying there's deeper. You will sound like a J. Cole fan if you said Jordan Peele is J. Cole. I ain't gonna.
No. I was saying it tongue in cheek, as in saying like y'all don't respect Jordan Peele, so he must be J. Cole.
Let's not get into that J. Cole argument. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
I don't respect J. Cole, so.
Nobody don't. No, man.
But anyway, yeah, man, 10 out of 10. We definitely got to have a movie guys movie night when that shit come to streaming. No doubt about it.
Alex, this is a movie you gotta watch on your TV when it hit. Matter of fact,
yeah, for shit show.
It'll be
Wait,
on HBO Max.
hey, do you think it's gonna be on Max? Where do you think where this is going?
It's
Amazon.
Max. It's a Warner Brothers movie. It's gonna be on Max.
Yeah.
True.
Fire
Yeah,
stick.
it's for sure gonna be on Max.
But
It's gonna
I'm
be
gonna
on
get the
Fire
4K
Stick,
joint. I'm gonna get the
Cinema
4K
HD.
copy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, question. Do y'all think it's gonna be like a month after, or you think they're gonna let this ride out?
No, this movie they gonna let this ride. Hopefully, I hope they do.
Now, if you got
So this movie they partner with IMAX.
4K in about 2-3 weeks.
Nah, they partner with IMAX. They're staying in the theaters for a while.
That's why y'all gotta get you a Fire Stick. I'm telling you.
Hell no. Watching this movie, anything. Hey, listen. I'm sorry, Alex, and everybody else who watched this. Anything but IMAX. You're a fucking idiot, nigga. Okay.
I don't
nigga,
have an
it's the
IMAX theater in my city,
nigga. You should have drove your fat ass to Memphis, nigga, and went to the nearest IMAX
My
theater,
fat
nigga.
ass.
Nigga, this is meant to
Stop
be.
telling me.
I don't even want to talk about the story for it, nigga. It's the way this movie was fucking shot, nigga. This is a masterclass in visuals, nigga. Cinematography, nigga. I don't know what the fuck else was talking about, nigga. This movie is masterfully shot. The cinematography,
it was poorly shot.
The cinematography ain't just okay, nigga. It's masterful, nigga. It's masterful, nigga. By the way, I want you to know. He's seen it in fucking regular. He's a fucking idiot. Anyway, nigga, this movie is shot in 2 aspect ratios, nigga. This is the first time it's ever been done, nigga. It's shot in I forgot what it was. I know it's shot in IMAX and it's shot in the ultra wide. So the ultra.
They shot this shit with 2 cameras, y'all.
No, they shot it in 2 aspect ratios. So it's this whole movie was shot with straight film, nigga. So the most widely available one, but you, Alice, the non-special version, you know, it's just the ultra wide, the ultra wide shit.
You're not telling me nothing I don't
ultra
know,
wide
nigga.
shit. The ultra wide shit. Nigga. You can't know what the fuck you talking about, nigga. You can't know what the fuck you talking about, nigga.
You don't even know what 70 millimeter means.
The fuck? That means showing a big ass piece of tape, you dumbass nigga.
Look at you.
The fuck? Shut your stupid ass up, nigga. You know what I mean? Big ass piece of film. Nigga, stop being dense. Stop being dense. Stop being dense, nigga. Stop being dense.
Red Pig on the movie.
Nigga.
He ordered 2 hot dogs. He sit on one and then he eat the other one. I'm sick of you always telling me like I don't know what I'm talking.
I sit on one, nigga. What do you? Like I'm not even
figuring them out.
Okay. Anyway, I thought I was gonna this dumbass nigga for seeing this movie in the wrong way, nigga. You know it. You gotta see this in IMAX. It's the way to see this movie, nigga. This is Ryan Coogler's magnum opus, nigga. This is his best movie to date.
You didn't even know it was You didn't even know it was gonna do that before you seen the. How the fuck a nigga stupid for not seeing it in IMAX? You bum ass nigga.
First of all,
good.
First of all, you stupid ass. He also said the intended way to watch this fucking movie is an IMAX, nigga. A 70mm IMAX, nigga. You stupid bitch.
You know how many movies they say, yo, the best way to watch this is in IMAX. Okay, Ben. The best way to watch a piece of shit is on IMAX.
First of all, are you fucking idiot?
The movie good immediately.
Are you fucking idiot? This is the only movie this year, nigga, shot completely in fucking IMAX. You dumbass nigga. It was saved multiple times, nigga.
Question.
The fuck?
Was that Mission Impossible movie shot in IMAX?
No. Not entirely.
So this is the thing, Alex, and I don't know, Alex. Did you see that video of Ryan Coogler where he broke down the film and how the movie was shot?
Yes, bro. You need to watch that video.
I don't watch too much before a movie. I don't do all that.
That video, he doesn't really talk about the movie itself. He talks about how he
talks about how it's shot,
and he talks about why you should see it in IMAX. So that's the video that everybody is going to and saying, okay, this is why we got to go see it in IMAX. I'll break it down just a little bit for you. He shot this movie entirely on film. So not with a digital camera, but actual film. And he shot it with IMAX cameras. Most of the time, and you're right, Alex, most of the time when they say shot with IMAX, it's bullshit. Because sometimes what happens is they might film a certain scene in IMAX, but they're usually done digitally and it's IMAX approved, right? This movie is different in the sense that he basically did what Christopher Nolan did with Oppenheimer. He used an actual IMAX film camera to shoot this entire movie. And so that's why he was doing a big push. Like, if you see this movie, IMAX is the way to go.
Specifically, he was pushing the 70mm.
obviously everybody don't have access to IMAX theater. But that's what Red Pick is trying to say. That's if you have that option, that is the best way to watch this.
That's the only way to watch this movie, bro. You got the option.
How it was made with that in mind specifically. And if you go to Cinemark, the only option you really have is the XD. It's like the closest.
And that shit don't do nothing. That shit ain't even.
Nigga,
that shit ain't about nothing.
Nigga, with like, bro. So Alex, the scene y'all everybody talking about, nigga. When you watch that in IMAX, nigga, the aspect ratio like slowly changes, nigga. It's fucking fire, nigga. It's just like it's bro. The first shot is like you just see the whole screen filled up, nigga. You like, oh shit. Yeah, like I don't know if you seen Oppenheimer in IMAX. The first time you see Oppenheimer in IMAX, you're like, oh shit, this movie had that effect, nigga. It's fucking gorgeous, nigga. Like most of the fight scenes are big scenes. They open up the basically shit with intense moments of important shit. He widen the frame. But yeah, nigga, this movie fire. Y'all didn't say it everything, nigga. Like one time said earlier, nigga. This the movie, nigga. When you see that scene, nigga, and the aspect ratio wide, nigga, and you hear the music because it's very well mixed, nigga. He's like, oh my god, nigga, this is what it's about, nigga. This is why I watch movies, nigga. This is why I'm a movie guy, nigga. This is why we do this podcast. So yeah, nigga, this movie is as good as the critics say, nigga. It's fucking fire, nigga. Like like Alice said, it's just a vampire movie, really. But at this core, it is rooted in the culture, nigga, and like the music and the many influences it has, nigga. It's really good. Y'all didn't say it everything, nigga. Like I was on some Alex shit. There's a lot of metaphors and analogies you could get from this movie. But other than that, the cast did well. Michael Jordan, he deserves all his flowers for this. He needs an award for this, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to your girl. He has a scene too, y'all. Oh fuck, I can't talk about it. Never mind. But it was very good to me, nigga. I was like, oh shit. Also, ending very good. Sequel, baby. Movie of the year, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Anybody else want to review that hasn't had a chance to speak yet?
Saint gotta go. I don't know, that nigga sleep. He probably gotta work.
I definitely got work, but everybody said the same thing here.
Yeah.
100 out of 100, brother. I'm gonna just leave it at that because
that's 2 movies this year for you.
Spoilers. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's hard to praise this movie without spoiling it for real. Like, it's so much shit in this movie, dog. So much shit in this movie.
I will say, Ludwig is getting he's gonna have to be talked about as one of the top composers of music score, movie score.
On his way of surpassing. It's gonna take a few.
No, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take forever to take John Williams and shit, nigga. And
he on his way to surpassing Hans Zimmer. I feel like
what?
I don't know, man. That's my favorite composer of all time. Like, I want to play.
Brother,
I would think orchestra one day.
First of all, Red Pig, I'm gonna put you on game because I don't think you understand.
You think he better than John Williams?
Hans Zimmer is undeniably the greatest when it comes to
music composer.
Yeah, he's the greatest composer for film and TV ever.
No.
Yes, he
is. You think he better than John Williams?
John Williams is better.
No.
What? John Williams got the most iconic themes, nigga.
Let me tell you what.
Harry Potter, Jurassic Park.
Let me finish.
Nigga, literally, Star Wars,
Superman.
Y'all are naming franchises, and that's cool. Those are great soundtracks, great pieces of music. I'm not taking
E.T. nigga, what the fuck?
I'm not taking that away from
you. Like, no.
When it comes to actual music, though, Hans Zimmer's pieces are far better. Much better. See, no, I'm telling y'all, hey, this is my arena. This is my arena. Okay. When it comes to,
it's not. Have you played?
No, it is.
The actual sheet music.
When it comes to music and instrumentation, and all this, I'm trying to tell y'all, there's nobody like Hans Zimmer.
I give him Lion King.
He is the greatest. I'll probably say John Williams number 2. Ludwig is easily top 10 currently, but again, in the next 10 years, I will not be surprised if he surpasses all of these guys. Ludwig is the fucking truth.
Fuck no.
His soundtracks are amazing. Yeah, there's just no way around that.
I think you're saying that because Hans Zimmer did Dune too, nigga.
Nigga, Hans Zimmer been the GOAT before Dune. Are you serious? He been the GOAT
he's
for
done.
10
He's
years.
done Dark
No,
Knight. He did the
been,
Modern for
Hans Zimmer been the GOAT for 20 years.
music.
Red Pick. He did Pirates of the Caribbean. You love that shit, don't you? He been the GOAT
Yeah, I
for
do.
20 years. Nigga, what are we talking about?
But you
He
say
did
I know I
Crisis
give him
music.
I give him Lion King and shit, but
nothing to
John
do with it.
Williams, like John Williams got the most legendary pieces in like
Catalog of all time.
yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Hans
Bro,
Zimmer.
you might not like Indiana Jones, but everybody know that theme, nigga. Like, come on.
But that's look what you're saying though. You're not even talking about the music. You're not bumping.
When it comes to
you're not-
iconic and shit,
Red
like
Pick,
But
Red
you're
Pick.
talking about One Piece. We're talking about whole scores.
Y'all still are.
I'm talking about whole score.
Y'all still
Oh,
are
okay, I
missing my
guess go
point.
ahead.
Y'all missing my point. Y'all are talking about recognizable pieces of music. I'm not taking it away from him. I'm talking about music as a form of art and as something you listen to. Nigga, I'm not putting on Indiana Jones theme song while I'm sitting here relaxing. But you know what I am putting on?
Well, that's because hold on. Wait.
I'm putting on
Have you ever
Interstellar
put? Hold
soundtrack,
on.
That shit goes crazy. That shit
No,
goes crazy.
Wonton. I gotta
It's a
stop
top
you.
5
Have you
soundtrack
played?
of all
Have you
time.
Wonton? I gotta stop you. Have you played any string instruments before
Piano
in the classical aspect?
I got a little bit of knowledge with the piano.
Okay, I'll give you credit in that then.
Listen, again, I get it. John Williams, again, recognizable pieces of music, yes. But you not listening to that shit. You don't have that shit queued up in your Apple library, your Spotify.
I actually do.
You don't.
Hey,
I
have a string instrument playlist.
Interstellar.
I'm with Wonton though.
I got shit. I'm listening to this shit.
Hey, Paul Dream means something to me. I ain't gonna hold
It's
you, boy.
it's listenable. It's actual like.
I'm not denying it. Hans is my favorite composer. I want to play one day. That's a fucking dream of mine to play in this fucking orchestra. That's like I'm not denying it, but no, he's not better.
And also,
than John
y'all sleeping on Ludwig because I feel like there's a lot of soundtracks that he's done that niggas.
I'm not sleeping.
He did. Ludwig is the truth. That nigga gonna be up there in the next few years. He gonna be up there.
I already know.
Crazy talented.
Tenet?
Crazy talented.
But
Mafia,
yeah.
did you see Sinners, Mafia? I don't know if we heard from Mafia yet.
Yes, hold on. You gonna let me finish though?
Go ahead. I thought you was done. Go ahead.
And you know, damn, Mafia seen Sinners.
I just wanted to say, make sure if you're gonna go watch Sinners this weekend, stay for that mid credits and post credit scenes. Those are very.
I missed the post credit scene. I only saw the mid.
It's not even a
post
post credit scene for real, cause like the title don't even pop up. I seen niggas just walk out.
Scene.
Yeah, niggas walked out right after the
niggas was walking out. I was like, bro, y'all don't even see the title. Y'all don't even know if this official yet.
There are 2 credit scenes though.
There's 2 credit scenes.
Did y'all stay for the last one? Cause I walked out.
Yeah, but it's nothing special. It's just Sammy singing.
Yeah, it's nothing special. Yeah.
Oh, cause the second one, the first one was cool.
The first one, that felt like the real ending of the movie.
Yeah, that was like a good 5 minute. Yeah. Who next? Mafia.
Yes, sir.
Mafia, close this out.
Well, y'all said pretty much everything, and it's kind of late, so I'm gonna just put it like this. I went there to see a horror movie, but what I got was an actual story, like a whole experience. Very familiar background since I'm from Alabama. Mississippi's not that far. So seeing a lot of that stuff, then a lot of stories told by the elders, everything kind of connected. And I really enjoyed myself. It's just like Tarek said earlier, I didn't have to look at my phone. I laughed. Got nervous a few times towards the end. It's like, again, it wasn't like a scary kind of horror movie, or well, not really a horror movie. It just used horror to basically push the story forward, but it did it in a good way. Loved the characters. I thought Michael B. Jordan did a good role as the twins. Music was good, like y'all been saying. And I'll be checking it out again Tuesday.
To add to my last comment about it, to add to what Mafia Quad just said, he said that they used horror as a conduit to tell the story. But once you see this movie, you can probably make a sentence in your mind on how they came up to this. They had a conversation about how certain things go in the real world, and a nigga probably said, "Yeah, it's like horrific. It's like a fucking scary movie. It's like niggas are just vampires." And then they look at each other and they go, "Wait a minute. So it's like Mafia Squad. He's right. It's a horror movie. It's a horror movie. Yeah, it's a horror movie, but it's literally because in real life, it's horrific what has been done.
I don't know. That kind of feels like a backhanded compliment to horror films. I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot of horror films that are already like solidified as more than just the kills and whatnot. They've been deeper, but because there's horror in the genre part, they don't give it the credit it deserves.
Give me an example.
As the resident horror guy, I will say that Mafia Squad comment, I didn't take as backhanded at all.
Yeah, what
trying to say? So yeah,
give me an example.
I think the substance still doesn't get the credit it deserves.
That's
it doesn't give a substance a credit.
I feel like it doesn't. I think it hasn't got enough credit. I feel like for the people, of course, people like us that want to see films like this. When we
wasn't the substance nominated for best film?
Was it?
Yes, it was.
Oh, what the fuck?
And I know everybody in here loved the substance.
Oh wait. You saying it's not getting as knowledge as a horror film? Is that what you're saying?
My comment could go for the substance as well. It's a body horror because you're literally killing your body to keep an image. Like it still goes that same way. The message. It's a horror movie, but it's because the message itself is horrifying in itself. By itself, it's a horrifying message. So yeah, we're gonna make it a scary movie. You think we've already had movies where it's a conversation about cultural things being siphoned from this person or that person or the history of music. We see that shit in Dreamgirls. We saw that shit in Ray. We saw that shit in whatever the fuck music movie you want to bring up. His way of going about it, the scary movie is what got us to get our attention. That's what made us like, what the fuck, a scary movie? I didn't go into it knowing it was going to be this type of message.
Mafia, real quick, I didn't hear you give a grading. What was your grading?
A+.
Okay.
Fire. I think everybody get this shit a 10 out of 10, bro.
Yeah, perfect scores all the way around. I have a quick question for Saint.
Yeah.
What's the reason behind the 100-point scale? Because I feel like it's not much different from a 10-point scale. I feel like it's
literally not. It's the same thing.
Y'all do this shit every week, brother.
It's literally the same thing.
I understand your reasoning. Why do you do a?
He want to be different.
Thank you, Calypso.
See, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
So because he gave you bail, you gonna call him his gay ass name that he made up? Oh my!
I appreciate that.
Be an example. Say Saint likes a movie. He says, "Okay, 85 out of 100." Brother, that's 8.5 out of 10. Just say that.
Hey, Clips,
he gonna be different.
Just a minute.
He gonna be different. He gonna be different. He different. Yeah, he different. Yeah.
Hey, yo, Calypso.
On the back of what Wonton just asked, I feel like I've asked this on the podcast before with Saint. I think it was Saint, but he was like, but somebody was like, "Oh, it's a B plus. It's a 6 out of 10 or something like that." I was like, "Wait, the math ain't mathing on that."
Okay, here we go.
So I know exactly what Wonton's saying because I feel like I asked Saint the same question before.
I'm crying. Shout out to him, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man. By the way, when I seen the Rotten Tomato scores, I was like, "Ain't no fucking way." Hey, man.
Facts. He lived up to the hype.
Thoroughly surprised, nigga.
I thought that was gonna be like that because I remember when, to go back to Alex points, I remember when Get Out first came out and it was 100% on Rotten Tomatoes for like a good while before like niggas started hating on it to drop it down a bit.
Yeah, I think this movie is like a 93 now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it's gonna stay around there.
Yeah, let me see.
One last thing I will just say, Mafia.
Yes, 98. Goddamn.
Mafia talked about the characters, and I touched on it a little bit, but they made you care about made me care about the characters so much that every time something happened to one of the characters, it was just oh God, no. Like I genuinely wanted all of them to make it out of this situation. Okay. Bro. Like I really wanted, like there's a specific, man, we can't say specific.
Bro, and you know why it worked so well, nigga? They literally spent nothing happened until like an hour, 90 minutes into this movie. Nigga,
Alex talked about the sex scenes. There was one sex scene in particular that immediately popped off. I was like, no. Whoa!
Nigga, I give him that. He was brave for that because the whole first hour is literally just character building and world building, and he successfully did that. It was fire. What we would consider boring, what we would consider boring in other movies had you glued to your seat. It was very interesting, like, you know.
Okay, because there's a way to do it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he smoked that. He made you care
can't
about
just
everybody.
you can't just throw characters at us and be like, y'all should care about them. Why? I feel like, to go to Buck's point about this being one of his favorite horror movies and favorite vampire movies, when you make the victims, when you care about the victims, oh, this shit felt like a fucking knife.
It would, man,
Yeah.
yo.
The substance
and they gave
and
you legitimate reasons to care and root for each
Yep.
and every single character that was in that juke joint. Not the side character, not the background characters, but the main characters in that juke joint. You cared and legitimately hoped that each and every one, from Haley Steinfeld to the twins to Delroy to damn Preacher Boy, you wanted each and every one of them to make it out of there okay. So when things popped off and it's like everything's happening, you're just like, no, like. Man,
And now
shout out to Delroy. Man, I wish I could say more, but you know what I'm talking about.
now that I think about it, all the scary movies that I've really, really enjoyed weren't even scary. Nosferatu, I liked it not because it was scary, but because of the perspective and the cinematography. This movie, I like the concept, the substance. I like the concept, but these quote unquote horror movies ain't even like that. That's crazy. The traditional, not slapstick, but the jump scare, all that shit.
It's like for the substance sake, it's not horror per se. It's that body horror. That's that what that boy name?
Well, they marketed it as a horror. It wasn't just a suspense thriller.
Buck, who's the horror director that loves body horror? Like the icon.
He directed Mind Read. I know who you're talking about.
The Fly. Hold on. He did the Fly.
Yeah, he directed The Fly.
Cronenberg. That shit right there. Yeah.
David Cronenberg.
Mm-hmm. This was the Braun and D Wade live, by the way.
Yeah, nigga, that, hey. Hey, wait, BT, you seen it in IMAX?
No, I did not.
Oh man, y'all. I look, he won't go watch the movie again, man.
I kind of want to watch it in Dolby next. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, my mom said she's going to see it again.
Yeah, I thought that too.
I told y'all, I paid $45. I saw a matinee, not an IMAX. Paid $45.
Wait, 45? What the fuck? Where did you go?
I bought the
He said he bought some like egg rolls and
I
some.
bought a glizzy, I bought the sliders, and I bought a drink.
Why'd you go that crazy? You was hungry?
Yeah, it was 11:30. It was about lunchtime or whatever, and I'm like, yo, if I'm going to the movies, I'm gonna get me some concessions. I ain't been to the movies in a minute. Let me get some concessions. You
just spent the extra on the IMAX ticket and snuck some canes or some shit in there, man. I don't know.
Snuck a box of canes in your pocket.
Yeah, that's the guys need something. There's a Chipotle right there. The movie theater's in the mall, so I could have went to the.
Bro, BT is 5'5". He is not gonna sneak that shit in the hoodie.
All right, so let's read the super chats to get the fuck up out of here.
Super chats, nigga.
Let's start with the first super chat. Oh wait,
no one believes you.
We don't have it.
That was a good Jack impersonation.
Salute.
We've been streaming for 2 hours and we ain't patience, folks.
Hey, shout out to Jack. He made $4 last week. Fine.
The movie guy made just as much as last stream.
Salute to everybody that tuned in this week. We appreciate y'all. Give y'all a nice full show. Please go to the cinema, see whatever you want to see, but make sure one of those films is Sinners.
Wait, Monta, before we go, Monta, is this better than Dune 2?
No. Why would you even ask me that?
Okay. This is better than Dune 2 to me.
Is Sinners better than Sex? That's what you just asked me.
Oh.
Nigga going crazy.
Facts.
But y'all really like Dune that much?
Monta does.
I tried. I really did. I really tried.
You felt you got sleepy? It was a nap for you? It was NyQuil?
We wrapping up, man. Just
hey, man. Yeah, man. Salute. Appreciate y'all. Saint had to dip out. I think he's working right now.
Yeah, no, he's sleepy.
Oh yeah. So, let's do the outros and get the fuck up out of here. Real quick, shout out to our guest, Dox Brando. Dox, go ahead and let them know where they can find you and your content again, brother.
Come on now. At DOXBRNDO25 on IG, on Patreon, on YouTube, about everywhere. Follow the boy. Come on, tap in.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Great conversation. Let's get the fuck up out of here, man. Red Pig Mafia. Saint.
You guys know what it is. Keep it cinema.
Alex, Tyrek had to dip out.
Yeah.
We getting the fuck.
Yeah, you know where you can find me. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bubbles. Baba, I got that.
What you need?
Hey, you can find me. Listen, but great pod, everybody. And if you enjoyed the main villain in this movie, Jack O'Connell, who plays Rennick, please go watch Eden Lake. I can't tell. Please watch Eden Lake from 08. His debut. Please watch that. He plays the villain in that as well. Go watch that. Michael Fassbender's in the movie as well. Go watch that. One of my favorite horror thrillers of all time. One of the greatest movie endings in cinema history, in my opinion.
Hey, BT, did Boosie and Webby teach you how to spell independent?
They did. They did.
Interesting.
I thought there was like multiple eyes in there, but apparently not.
What the hell?
Yeah, man, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us. We'll catch y'all next week, man. Deuces.
Fuck me, Michael Keaton. Fuck.